All right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello all and welcome back to the Women's Football Chat Live. Today is Women's League Cup final day. In action, it's Chelsea versus Manchester City. The first piece of silverware up for grabs in the women's domestic game. Very exciting times. Harry, there's not many games that get you more excited than one of these.
No, absolutely buzzing. Chelsea eyeing up their first of 4 trophies that they want to win this season as part of a quadruple. And, well, Nick Cushing comes into Manchester City hoping to guide City to his 4th and their 4th League Cup title. Either way, it's going to be a really good game of football. Very excited for it. We've got 90 minutes, maybe more, of hopefully brilliant action. 2 very strong sides clashing again, looking to get their hands on the first piece of silverware possible this season. It's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, it is indeed. 2 sides who have been the top 2 in the women's game now, all of last season, and now, well, into this season. City's standing, I think, has taken a bit of a slip, bit of a nosedive, but after United dropped points yesterday, they do feel like they could get European football still. As for Chelsea, well, they've not lost a game yet this season in any competition, which doesn't bode well for City's chances today, but it's a Chelsea side who I think have shown cracks in the armour in 2025.
Yeah, very much so, and as you know, there's still a chance that Chelsea draw today and end up losing the match. So for Man City, that's got to be the positive, is that they can technically win while still not beating Chelsea. So City, it's going to be a really tough game. But as you said, Chelsea haven't been perfect in 2025. And Nick Cushing is a manager who knows how to win games like this. They did it in 2019. They did it in 2016. That Man City and Nick Cushing really like this competition. And over a 90-minute match, can Cushing give City something? Returning in his first game in charge back at Man City, can he give them something to guide them to a victory here?
Yeah, indeed. Let's look at the lineups then. Of course, the neutral venue of Pride Park playing host to this Women's League Cup final. For Chelsea, it's a very different team to the one that beat Manchester City in November. Let's have a look at it. In goal, it is Hannah Hampton. She's been fantastic this season. A back 4 then of Bronze, Bright, Bjorn and Sondi Baltimore. Baltimore in that hybrid left-back, left-wing type role. In the pivot, it's Sjokke Nusken and Erin Cuth, but no Kira Walsh. She's out for this match. Should be back in time for Wednesday's match with a slight injury. Then in the front line on the right-hand side, it will be Joanna Ritten-Carnery. On the left-hand side, Lauren James. In the attack midfield role, it's Katarina Macario. And goal scorer in the reverse fixture, Mayra Ramirez. So when these sides have met earlier this season. So Chelsea looking strong, Harry.
Yeah, very much so, as you say, without the likes of Walsh, Germer and Guro Reiten. This was the expected Chelsea 11. We see players like Micah Hamano drop to the bench, which is going to be very interesting, because you mentioned that fixture early in the season at Stamford Bridge. Micah Hamano was a standout player in that game. She marked Hasegar out the game, got an assist for the first goal and played superbly. So that's an interesting call on Sonia Bompastor's front, but overall, the expected Chelsea 11 we thought we were going to see today.
Yeah, indeed. Lucky welcome to the stream says hello to all our nerves. Indeed. I think I sound nervous. I'm just out of breath. Had to sprint to get to the studio in time for stream. Ryzen says up the Chelsea. New welcome to the stream as well. Opening up some questions about yesterday. We'll look at those in a minute. Let's talk Chelsea City though. We've seen these 2 sides meet earlier this season. Obviously, a lot has changed since then. In terms of City, it's their manager. In terms of Chelsea, a few players have come back from injury. What can we take from that first game and apply to this game? How does that game impact your thoughts coming into this one?
I think it's one of those where you take some bits, but obviously there's other parts that won't matter or are going to be different because it is a League Cup final. But I expect it to be another even game, but Chelsea will always have that threat, like they did in the last 30 minutes at Stamford Bridge, to just turn up the heat and take Man City and take the game to Man City and end up winning this match. That's what Chelsea can do when they're on their day. No side in the world can beat them, and that is what Man City will be hoping doesn't happen. However, if we see what we've seen from Chelsea in the last few weeks, it's going to be not that 100% performance, and at that point, Man City must smell blood. If Chelsea give them a hint of an opportunity, Manchester City have to take it today. Yeah. They've got the quality. It's a really strong side that Nick Cushing's put out. Very similar to what we've seen from City so far this season. But let's see what they've got. But if they get a chance, they've got the players like Khadija Shaw, like Mary Fowler, who can take those opportunities.
Well, let's look at that City side then, because I completely forgot to do that. It's a 4-3-3, or it looks like a 4-3-3 for Manchester City today. In goal, Ayaka Yamashita has very much usurped Kiara Keating as the starting goalkeeper. In the back 4, Cass Bright, Alexandri, Gracie Pryor and Leah Uahabi. In the midfield three, it's Hasegawa, Rord and Viviana Miedemar. On one flank for Gino, on the other Mary Fowler, and leading the line, Khadija Shaw. Some big talking points in there then. Gracie Pryor starting this game. Big, bold decision from Nick Cushing. Do you like that?
It makes sense. I understand why he would favour a natural centre-half over someone like a Lazel in there. But, yeah, I think a choice through necessity, really. But Pryor, it's a big game for her. And that is, a brilliant moment for her to be so young, to be starting in a domestic cup final is a great moment for her career. But if you're Chelsea, if you're the likes of Myra Ramirez in that front line, you are going to fancy yourself. You're thinking early doors, put some pressure onto the likes of Pryor, because is there an opportunity there to force an error in that early stages? But yeah, good for Pryor, great opportunity for her and a big moment. But Chelsea will look at that, and I think that centre-half partnership is where Chelsea will look at any weakness.
Lucky saying Cat over Hermano is a big call. Cat has to deliver. 100% agree. 100% agree. On City, Jess Park not starting. Viviana Miedemar preferred. What do you make of that?
It's an interesting one. I think that potentially Cushing has gone for a little bit more steal in that midfield, a little bit more goal scoring threat. I know Park is obviously an incredible goal scorer and has scored some beauties, but if you get the Miedemar the ball 20-25 yards out and she can have a go, it's going to test Hannah Hampton. So I understand it from a City point of view. I think it's more experience, it's a bit more steel in that midfield, which Man City are going to need today against that Chelsea, in that midfield battle against Chelsea. Just a bit more strength in there, I think, can massively help them.
Yeah, I agree. I think as well, Miedemar's height, they like to get the ball wide. City, again, it could look slightly different under Nick Cushing today, but they do like to get the ball wide and cross it in. And the other big call, Caroline not coming into the side, but I completely understand it. Gino and Fowler both had phenomenal seasons.
Yeah.
They're both players who I think City can trust in those roles, and I don't think we've seen enough yet from Caroline before this game. So I understand from that perspective why we see Gino and Fowler starting those roles.
Yeah, and then when we get to the end of the game, we're looking for difference makers. We're looking for players that can come off the bench and make a difference. A name like Caroline is definitely one we're looking at. Someone else mentioned there, Micah Hermano dropped. But she's the type of player that could come on in this game and end up winning it for someone.
Difference, isn't it? You look at that Chelsea bench, a bench that features the likes of Beaver Jones, Hermano, Charles, Captain, Jean-Francois. It's quite a strong bench. Mia Fischel back amongst the substitutes. Lola Brown there as well. As for City, well, yes, Jess Park can come and have an impact in Caroline, but other than that, Blinkilda Brown as well, I think you could suggest. But other than that, it's a bench that doesn't look as strong. And so I think there is a difference there. Chelsea do have that depth. To be fair, they've got a lot of players out today because you'd normally be looking at extra depth options. Walsh would probably be starting. Gurm would be an option. You'd have Sam Kerr out injured. Guro Wrighton out injured for this game. That's a big miss as well, I think, for Chelsea. So a lot of players there who Chelsea are missing, but they still feel like they are the stronger team here.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that because City key players been out for a long time now and are still out. So both sides not at their full complement, but still very, very strong. And I think that, as you say, Chelsea, they carry more difference makers. They carry more experienced players who can make a difference. And that could potentially, be the difference in this game. We could see something similar to what we saw at Stamford Bridge, where it's 0-0, it's close for 50, 60 minutes. But towards the end of the match, Chelsea make changes. Chelsea shuffle the pack and end up going on to win this game. But it's going to be a really, really good game of football. It's a cup final at the end of the day. It's a trophy that both sides are familiar with winning. And it's, when you've got, for City, it would mean a lot and it'd be absolutely massive. They could get their hands on it with Nick Cushing returning to the club. And for Bompastor, we know that she wants to win a quadruple and she will not let anyone stop her doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. For both sets of players coming out of the tunnel now. It's a little early for predictions, but on cup final day, we'll get into them now. If you're watching along, get involved in the live chat. Give us your predictions. But Harry, what is your prediction for today's scoreline? You gave a prediction in the preview show that went out yesterday. What did you say?
Can't remember. So that's a really good question.
Great.
That is really helpful.
I think it went 2-1.
I think I went 2-1 Chelsea, and I think I'm going to stick with that prediction. It's one of those where it will be an even game. It will be a close fought affair. But towards the end of the game, in that latter stages, I think Chelsea will be too strong. So I think Chelsea will take the lead through Myra Ramirez. City will level up through Mary Fowler, and then it'll be a Chelsea winner from Aggie Beaver Jones off the bench to win Chelsea the Women's League Cup.
Love it. I'm going to say a much more comfortable victory for Chelsea. I'm going to stick to the 3-0 that I predicted on Friday's preview. I think that Ramirez is going to bully the centre-backs today. City don't have the strength there to handle Myra Ramirez. I think she'll get a brace. I think Lauren James will get a goal. So my prediction is Chelsea 3, Manchester City 0. But we will see. It's going to be a difficult game. City are a tough opponent, but Chelsea have been so strong this year. It's difficult to see them not come through this game.
Yeah, and that's the thing. This is a big game as well because Chelsea. There's been they've done a lot of talking. Bompastor has made it evidently clear that she wants to win every single competition that Chelsea are in. She wants to, beat every single opposition they play, not lose a game. But games like this is where that's really put to the test. Can Chelsea, because if Chelsea win this and comfortably, as you say, then suddenly it's a bit like, well, fair enough. They've got clearly they're backing up their belief and they're going to end up being winning quite a few competitions this season. But if Man City can beat them tonight, this afternoon, then maybe there's a slight fault there. Maybe sides will take some encouragement from it. So it's a big game. I think there's a lot to prove for both sides. I mean, if Nick Cushing comes in and within 5 days of returning to Man City wins the League Cup again, that will be heroic to say the least.
Yeah, indeed. David Fraser says, I'll be interested to see if they can shut Fowler out again. That is true. I think Fowler looks a much more dangerous prospect from the Mary Fowler that Chelsea shut out in November. I think her game's come on quite a bit since then. So it'll be interesting to see how Chelsea handle it, as David says. Sophie asks, where are you watching? This game is on the BBC iPlayer. It's also on BBC One.
Yes.
Hallelujah. It's on BBC One, so if you want to watch the game and you're in the UK, that's where to find it. If you can't watch the game, then make sure to join us live here for the action. It's going to be a very exciting final, the Women's League Cup final. Will it be Chelsea's or will it be Manchester City? City last won it in 2022. Chelsea last won it in 2021. They're two sides who have experience winning this competition. Chelsea have lost both of the last 2 finals. In fact, all of the last 3 finals. And the last time these two sides met in this competition at this stage, it was City who were victorious.
Yeah, City are definitely not out of this, and there is a good chance and a lot of evidence they could get something from today's game, but it's going to take a lot. The first, as we say with any big game, but especially a final, first few moments are absolutely critical because, especially for the likes of Man City, you expect Chelsea to start hard, to start fast and really come at the citizens. So City, it might be about early doors, just weathering that storm and doing well to keep themselves in the game. That's the main thing. Do not slip up too early, and they cannot afford to make any errors. We've seen in big games this season, the likes of Alexandria, other players in City shirts making errors, costly errors that mean they lose those games. If they do that today, in such a big game, they won't stand a chance.
Yeah, indeed. I want to take a moment as well to commend the attendance at this game. It is a game which is in the middle of nowhere for either of these two games. There's no direct train from Chelsea or from London or from Manchester. So neither of these sides have had an easy journey. Neither of the sets of fans have had an easy journey to get there today. So I commend the attendance. And I've seen people online scoffing at the fact it's only 16,000. It's like, well, Derby isn't much bigger than that anyway. No. And it's such a difficult location for either team to get to. So
it's a bizarre one.
Yeah.
I look, the quality of the pitch looks pretty poor for a final. We put up what would be a good venue. I mean the tunnel there was so crowded. No one could get through. But yeah, it's a big occasion. There's a strong support for both sides. As you say, it's a pretty full stadium, which is exactly what you want to see. But we've got 90 minutes coming up. I mean, Lola Brown's on the bench for Chelsea. What a moment it would be for her if she got on today. I would be surprised, but what a moment it would be. But yeah, it's a big 90 minutes now. Huge 90 minutes for both. Chelsea, they want to win every trophy. City, they need silverware. They've gone too long without winning a cup. This is a massive opportunity to get through. They did so well to sneak past Arsenal in that semi-final, turning that game around in the last minute. A lot of work to do now, though, to topple Chelsea.
Yeah, indeed. Phillies going 3-2 with a late winner for City in a great final for the neutral. Fair enough. Phil, make sure to get your predictions coming in the live chat as we prepare to get underway here at Pride Park. Both such players taking the customary team photos before kick-off here.
I don't like the fact that City are in burgundy.
No.
That's not a cup final colour. No offence to West Ham or Aston Villa or whoever.
Well, no, it's more that they should be able to play in their home colour. If these sides were both the same shade of blue, I understand it. But I think it's the shorts, isn't it? Because City's kit has navy shorts. There's a kit clash, apparently.
Just put some white. Someone should find some white shorts.
We'll just go back to the last season's shorts for one game.
Or go to Sports Direct, buy 11 pairs of white shorts, and there you go. Or maybe a few Mel Magnum people swapping shorts and they're getting subbed. Yeah, and this is Alex Greenwood, obviously down on the bench. She's the one giving the team talk. And I think that speaks volumes about where Man City are. And I like that. I understand that. But at the end of the day, she's not on that pitch. So I understand why she's doing that, because she is the captain and obviously she can't be involved in the starting 11 today. But at the end of the day, surely you want your leader actually on the field to be the one who's boosting your players and getting them going. So it's I think that it's one of those for City. That's the kind of player they could miss today. If things get tough, if they're up against it in this game, you need someone to step up. And I mean, obviously the likes of Shaw, Fowler, they can step up in terms of scoring goals, but can they have someone step up in that leadership capacity?
Yeah. News says, if City lose today, can it be blamed on the sudden managerial sacking? Well, I think it's a bit of that, isn't it? Like, in a sense, City have scapegoat themselves in the fact that if City win today, then it's like, oh wow, they've done incredibly. And if they lose, it's like, oh well, they're playing the best team and they've just changed their manager.
Exactly.
So that they've, in a sense, have scapegoated themselves there. But I get that. I get the feeling if they lose all 4 of the games, I think it's going to be very difficult for them to do, and very difficult for Chelsea to pull off. But if they were to lose all 4 of the games against Chelsea, then there's got to be huge questions around that decision. Because what would they have achieved by sacking Gareth Taylor?
Yeah.
But that is the sort of weight and expectation that's now on Nick Cushing. He's got to get this side firing and playing good football in the next 2 weeks. If not, suddenly it's deemed a failure and he's not done what was expected, and that is a huge amount of pressure. But on the other hand, he's coming in halfway through the season. If they don't win, it's like, well, he only came in March. But so it depends on how you look at it. But yeah, George saying can't see past Chelsea win here. I think they comfortably win 3-1. Dave Fraser matching that, going 3-1 Chelsea. Stabby McStab asks, how many Chelsea players are in the team now? They're in the team from last final. So from the Women's League Cup final last year. I can't remember.
No,
top my head. Baltimore and Bronze are new signings, obviously.
Yeah.
I think Hampton started that game. I think it was Brighton Buchanan though.
Yeah. Not many. A few.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Nice moment of silence as well here. We saw this in the games yesterday. We see it again today. Moment of silence for the young footballer who lost her life playing in Cumbria in a horrible accident. Nice to see that tribute before the final here, but now we will get underway at Pride Park. Manchester City to get us started. Viviana Miedemar from the middle.
Chapter 1 of 4 of Chelsea versus Man City, and it's the biggest game out of the 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
Debatable over the Champions League.
No. It's a final.
Yeah, but in the Champions League, arguably the more important. But it is City who will get us started here. Miedemar from the middle, waits for Heaslip. Both sets of players taking a knee in a stand against all forms of discrimination in anticipation for kick-off here. Miedemar waiting for Heaslip's whistle. Knocks it back and we're underway here in Derby. Chelsea versus Manchester City, the Women's League Cup Final 2025. And it's a ball forward from City that's immediately headed back by Millie Bright, out of play for a Man City throw.
Yeah, big first 5-10 minutes. It's going to be nervy. Yes, these are 2 experienced sides, but every final is always going to be a little bit nervy from both sides to start the game.
Indeed. So Cass Bright with the ball in her hands here on this near side, looking for an option. It's Contiguous Short dropping deep, and that is a good challenge from Nuskin there to get in front of it and knock it out of play again. And City will just look to work this touchline, and to be fair, Kaspar's made herself a throw up anyway here. Nick Cushing, tough task on his hands. Baltimore. That's one back there by Man City. One back there by Chelsea. Here's Carnareid, who look to take him on. Important chance by Kasparov. Ramirez gets there. She's brought down by Pryor. Clumsy tackle from Pryor, but Carnareid is bursting towards goal. Her pass across those cut out, and that's smashed out of play for a Chelsea throw-in.
Really good stuff from Chelsea. Carnareid does well, but just isolated because Ramirez was hooked to the floor. Chelsea can't quite use that advantage. That's
another one there. We saw it from her in the West Ham game, Gracie Pryor. She just kept getting caught high and then having to make fouls. And I think if she's not careful and she gets booked early on here, that seriously compromises how she can play in today's game.
Yeah.
Ball played in behind. That is going to be a difficult ask for Carnery to get there, though. And that is through to Yamashita. Plays it out. Here is Pryor. Happy just rolling this ball out of defence, waiting for Chelsea to engage. And Katmakari then doing a similar job to what Hamano did on Hasegawa in the game at Stamford Bridge. That was clumsy from Bright there. Catching Khadija Shaw. Good tackle from Cuthbert to win the ball back. Nuskan. Carnery competes with Uahabi. There's a bite to today's game already. We've seen a couple late challenges from both teams. Fowler. And Shaw is still on the deck here. Feeling the effects of that firm challenge from Millie Bright. It was just the aftermath of it, really.
Bright got it horribly wrong. And again, we saw Pryor on Ramirez get it wrong. And now we've seen Bright on Shaw get it wrong as well. And hopefully for City, Shake Shaw's all right. Yeah, just lumps into it. It's very similar as well. It's the striker holding the ball up. The striker then releases it. And the defender just gets in there late and knocks it and barges into the player. Yeah. I think it's more of just a contact one. Doesn't look like anything too serious. It's going to hurt. Of course, Millie Bright's just, barge into you. That's always going to hurt. But
she's receiving treatment on her lower leg then. Alex asks, why is Neve on the bench? Well, to be fair, Sonia Baltimore did a fantastic job when these two sides met in November. I think she did a really good job of shutting down Mary Fowler. Her job today will be different. It's Ayoba Fujino that she's got to deal with. But I think, that's still a job that Baltimore can do. Very well. Just got to play like she did in that game. Both her and Bronze were excellent in that match in November. They stood their ground really nicely and they held up those wingers. That's what they've got to do again today, because that is where City's danger comes from. If you limit the balls into the wide players and the ability of the wide players to take the ball down the line and cross it in, you limit a lot of how City look to attack.
Yeah. Sure looks okay to continue, which is big for City.
Yeah, she's back to her feet, not able... she's not on the pitch just yet. They now will re-enter the fray here. Here is Pryor. And so what's happening really interestingly now is when the ball gets played to Pryor, Ramirez is pressing the other centre-back, or at least when that's happening from goal kicks. And Macario wants to stay tight to Hasegawa, so no one's going to Pryor. Then when Macario engages, she has to be mindful of where Hasegawa is. So you can see that they're limiting every pass to Hasegawa. They know how good she is at progressing the ball. They know how integral she is to City's build-up phase.
Yeah, that not dealt with incredibly by Chelsea, but it's clear and out for a Man City throw. And that'll be the main thing. But City, the ones... Well, I think all I've seen so far in the first 4 minutes is Kasparov take throw-ins.
Yeah. Pryor. Now Kirsten Kasparov. Back now to Pryor. Alexandri. Pryor again. Just carrying this ball out of defence. And now plays it in behind. Bright gets ahead on it. Falls now for Kasparov. For Gino. Tries to chip one through. Kasparov gets under her control. For Gino. Puts the ball into the box, and that is dealt with by Lucy Bronze. Going to drop on the edge of the area here. Hasegawa misjudges it, does manage to recover it, but that's a pass that Ramirez will pick up on. And she turns into trouble there, Ramirez. Didn't really have the options available to her there. And it's City's possession once again. Kasparov. Back now to Alexandri.
Yeah, again, Chelsea dealt with that decently, but Baltimore cannot let Fujino cross the ball in like that too often, because if one of those does find the head of Khadija Shaw, it could be costly.
Fowler. Whips the ball in for Gino. We'll get that, put it back across the area. Bright knocks it out of play, and that's out for a corner.
And we saw Man City do this a lot against Aston Villa, but it's like getting that ball wide and crossing it in. Again, Fowler does really well. Bronze just sits off her a little bit too much. Allows her enough room to get the ball in. Fujino does well to flick it back across the penalty area, and Millie Bright knocks it out for a corner. But City in wide areas already threatening.
Indeed. So, City now with a chance to put the ball in the box, a chance to put Chelsea's backline to the test. It's Uahabi who will deliver. In towards the 6-yard box, claimed well by Hannah Hampton.
Really good, that.
Doesn't have the options to go quickly. So she'll hold the ball.
Yeah, no need just to smash it up the pitch. Happy just to give Chelsea a little bit of control, bit of time on the ball themselves.
Does need to be careful though with Heaslip, the ref, about time wasting. Here's Baltimore. We've seen Chelsea, Man City impacted before by that. Here's Macario. Great drive. Finds Lauren James. James slides in behind. Great timing of the run from Ramirez. She's in to score. Save. Falls back to Ramirez and Chelsea lead. Chelsea 1. Manchester City 0. LJ poked it through. Ramirez with a chance. Save, but it fell back to Myra Ramirez. And it's Chelsea 1. Manchester City 0. A fast start for the Blues here in the Women's League Cup final.
Really good stuff from Chelsea. They turn it back to front very quickly. It's really, really good play. And for Man City, we said about just keeping it, just keep it tight. First 5-10 minutes, allow Ramirez to get through on goal. And, well, I mean, it's a bit fortunate the way it comes around because Yamashita saves it well and then saves it into the rushing back Alexandria. It falls nicely to Ramirez.
Well, it comes from great distribution into Baltimore. Ball towards Macario, finds LJ, and it's a brilliant timing of the run and a great pass from Lauren James. Perfect pass. Ramirez shrugs off Alexandria, tries to poke it past the keeper. It's unfortunate for City. Really unfortunate for City, but Chelsea won't mind that at all. Chelsea 1, Man City 0. And that's the thing, what the goal comes fortuitously, it's come from Chelsea's good play there.
It's really good stuff. Ramirez times that run so well.
Shrugs off Alexandra. Alexandra tries to come across strong. Ramirez just shrugs it off.
Yamashita, it's a good stop. Just knees it into her centre-half, though, and it falls back to Ramirez.
Who bundles it over the line.
And that's all that Chelsea needed.
Indeed. And the celebration in the chat, Michael Chidek saying goal. Ihayaga Victor says goal Ramirez. This is being checked for possible offside. It's on by quite a margin.
Yeah.
And then what are they checking here? Not sure.
I think they're just watching it through.
Stands.
Yeah.
Surely.
Yeah. Goal is given.
There we go. Goal stands. Chelsea 1. Man City 0. But yeah, good to see VAR. That's so efficient. That's what if that is the VAR we can have implemented into the women's game, let's have it. Not the one in the men's game, which takes 7 hours. Quick offside check. Yep, that is on. Lovely stuff.
Yeah, I mean that was a weird one to check because to the naked eye it was on, and then as soon as they put the difference is they didn't have to draw the line in for Ramirez there. They drew the line in for Uwahabi and went, well, she's clearly onside.
Yeah, true.
But yeah,
that's a tighter one. Will take a few hours.
Yeah, that's what you want to see.
Rords, good challenge from Cuthbert, forces her back. Now Uwahabi goes back to Alexandra. This is what I spoke about with the centre backs getting bullied by Ramirez today. Gracie Pryor was Alexandra, who was with her, and she just got muscled off, completely muscled off by Ramirez. HB says, Pete Chelsea, just a jammy goal. I'm a hater, don't mind me. Fair enough, HB. New says, how Barca want Alexandra, I'll never know. Well, she's not had the finest season, has she? But I think when you watch moments like that, you question it. Is she physical enough, strong enough to compete with these elite forwards? Because with Jessie and Myra Ramirez, shrug her off the ball like it's nothing.
I mean, it wasn't quite Kennedy eating grass levels, but
no.
It was not good enough.
But Alexandra can't even lay a glove on her, let alone muscle her off the ball.
City have got to settle now.
Gracie Pryor tries to play it through. Shaw gets it down. Bjorn has to stand her ground here. Good engagement from Bjorn, and she's won a goal kick as well. Really smart defending that. And that is how you play against a physical striker. You make it difficult for them. You just see them wide. And you use your body well. Good stuff from Bjorn.
That is a trio of players I think Man City wish they had on the pitch today. Lauren Hemp, Alex Greenwood and Steph Horton.
Yeah. 2
injured, 1 retired. But either way, I think they'll take all 3 of them.
Hampton sends the ball forwards. Cut out in there by Yui Hasegawa. Rord gets caught on it again by Cuthbert. It does fall to Hasegawa. Virginia flicks it round the corner. But out of the LJ, who will see it out of play for a Chelsea throw.
City have got to try and not overcomplicate things. Just play the simple passes. I like that from Fagino. I like the fact that she's tried to flick it around the corner. But at the end of the day, you're 1-0 down in the League Cup final. Just play the simple stuff. Retain the ball. Don't try the audacious passes at this point. Yeah, sure, if it's still 1-0 in the 80th minute and you need a goal, then yeah, go for it. And try it and see if it comes off. But for now, just play the simple stuff.
Lauren James. Nice movement, nice control. Baltimore tries to go down the line, put out a play by Yui Hasegawa.
Yeah, good inception that. Just stopping Chelsea coming forwards. And that's where City need to do it. If they can't stop Chelsea in the final third, just stop the move developing.
Macario, really good hold up. Finds Ramirez, who again just holds off Pryor. Macario gets around a good tackle from Pryor, but Macario keeps going. Has Bronze overlapping. Slides one in behind for Lucy Bronze. Chelsea attacking with numbers now. Ball into the box. Dealt with by Kasparai. Cuthbert can't quite get there. It will be Chelsea's ball though. Here's Bjorn. Yeah, now Bright, and the better chances are coming for Chelsea.
Bronze didn't look up. She's put it in the area, into the middle of the box and expected someone to be there. But Ramirez had dropped deep and played hold up.
Bright tries to play it through. That is overhit. Then we'll run out for a goal kick. But Stabby asks, who do you guys regard as the better striker? Khadija Shaw or Myra Ramirez?
Khadija Shaw.
Gotta be Shaw. I love Ramirez, but Shaw is a special player. Both very talented. Both up there in the conversation with elite forwards. But I think Shaw just edges it. Here's Pryor. Back now to Yamashita. Rord. Almost loses it again there to Bjorn. Uahavi sends the ball forward, looking for Khadija Shaw. It'll be Bright's job to come across and handle her now. Bronze comes in with a strong challenge. And it's been given as a foul. I don't think there's anything wrong with the challenge. I think it's just because Bronze comes in
it's the way she's
aggressively that Hayslip's given it.
It helps because the problem is Khadija Shaw's standing still. So Shaw is a still object because she's jostling with Bright. Shaw slows the way down and Bronze just comes flying in. It's strong, yeah. But that's the problem. When I'm moving on, when someone's coming in as fast as Bronze in and Shaw's not really going anywhere.
It is a foul, to be fair. Shaw does well there to get in front of the ball.
Bronze is unlucky because, it's a tough one, but
it's smart from Shaw.
Yeah.
Drew the foul.
And that's
really
why she's the best striker in the world.
It's a free kick in a really good position. I didn't say best in the world. Sam Kerr's not back yet from injury.
Still, it's close.
Uahavi lifts it in there. That is a poor ball though, over the goal. For a Chelsea goal kick.
And rightfully, Shaw's frustrated there because that is a poor delivery. In a game like this, you get a free kick against the run of play, you get an opportunity, and you just put it onto the roof of the net. Just not good enough. That's putting it on the roof of the net is worse than playing it straight to a Chelsea player, because at least that Chelsea player's got to do something with it, or they might head it away and head it back to you. But putting it on the roof of the net, you just give Chelsea the ball.
Yeah. Miedemar. Good challenge from Nuskin out of play now for a City throw.
It's been given as a Chelsea throw. Interesting one.
Yeah.
Guessing it took a touch off somebody in there.
Well, Chelsea use this. Macario pokes it to Cuthbert. Falls back to Macario there, who plays it down wide, but that is overhit and Carnegie can't get there.
Yeah, it was more smashed at Carnegie rather than played over the top into her. Yeah. Still a little bit scrappy. I think that that's why City will be frustrated that Chelsea got that goal. Because apart from, it has been a very...
Cuthbert wins it back.
It's been pretty even.
Yeah, here's Millie Bright.
Neither side have settled down, so the fact that Chelsea have scored before they've even settled into the game will frustrate Man City. So what a ball that is from Millie Bright.
Carnegie cuts inside now. Gives it to Macario on the edge. Can't sort her feet out quick enough. Now City will look to break. Blocked well in there by Nuskin. Macario pokes it back and Bright will get there.
Carnegie there, cutting in on her left foot. Just the space seemed to open up and she opted to pass it to Macario. But you feel like a potential, should have gone direct for goal.
Hampton. Bright. One back in there by Mary Fowler. Now Khadija Shaw. The touch and turn. Bjorn needs to stand her up. Ball towards Fowler. Puts it into the box. Over for Gino. Miedemar. Blocked well by Nuskin and cleared away. And Ramirez will hold it up. Try second in a stride.
Better from Alexandri.
Alexandri, yeah, does really well. And a ball in now from Fowler. Miedemar taken away from her by the head of Millie Bright. Now for Gino. Baltimore stands her up. Now Kasparai. For Gino. Forced back to Pryor.
City needs someone in that space.
Pryor plays it forward.
And
Bright doesn't deal with it well. But Baltimore then does win the second ball. Here is Kat Macario. Tries to poke one out. Uahawi picks it up though.
Pryor did the right thing there by playing the ball into the space
Fowler.
because no one moved.
Shaw, nice turn. Will drive forwards. Khadija Shaw takes same. Shots charged down and blocked by Millie Bright. Manchester City corner.
And this is what I meant by a leadership and a captain figure. You see for Chelsea, Millie Bright is getting in front of everything. She had a brilliant header to take the ball away from Miedemar, who was stood there readying herself to head it on target. And again, you see Shaw. She manages to wriggle past 1, 2, 3, but Millie Bright's the one that she gets stopped by.
Indeed. This is really good defending well from Nuskin. Didn't give Miedemar time to get that ball under her control.
And does well because that could easily be a handball with a ball bouncing up like that, and you go in. You know, it does well to keep her arms down.
Yeah. It hits the body twice. Ball in from City. Headed away in there by Natalie Bjorn. Miedemar will be the one that gets there. Under pressure though from Sioka Nuskin. Ball down the line into Fowler. Fowler darts inside. Now shot from Harvey. Saved wonderfully. Really good stop from Hannah Hampton. Got down well, got down quickly, tips it wide.
Yeah, good spell this from City. They're keeping the pressure on. And again, I think Harvey does well because it's a good effort. She'll be frustrated that was it Alex who got a touch on it here that didn't need to. Roared that extra touch. I mean, it kind of helped on its way to Harvey.
Good save.
Yeah, Harvey catches that really well. Very similar to the way that she caught the ball in the England-Spain game, and Hampton managed to, meet that. Another good save.
A bit more of a low drive, that one. Ball in. Headed away. Bright manages to stop it. And now it's cleared away by Chelsea, and a foul in there, I think, on Millie Bright.
Yes, and Chelsea will finally have an opportunity to relieve some of the pressure, but it's been a really good 5 minutes from Manchester City. Again, Chelsea's don't deal with it. Millie Bright's the one to head it away. Yeah, it's just a bit of a scuffle, but roared, just bouncing all over her arm. It kind of just bounced off everyone's. Her and Ramirez kind of just held it on each other's elbows. Just managed to bounce the ball there. Nothing in it from either. It weren't a handball either way.
They're the ones where you don't want VAR.
No.
To come in and go, yeah, it's a penalty. Baltimore.
Really
Pounding Kasparai. Asagawa now. Forced back to Kasparai. Pass towards Nuskin. Kasparai. City still coming forwards now. Shaw. That's blocked. Going to fall again to Kasparai. Baltimore will get in front of it.
I don't know why Baltimore's seen that out. It's a corner.
That's given us a corner.
I don't know why Baltimore's seen that out. It was a deflected shot from Shaw. Someone in a Chelsea shirt's got to tell Baltimore that's not going for a goal kick. I'm not really sure why Baltimore thought that was going for a goal kick. Another City corner. This has been a really good response from the away side, but no, City.
And the onslaught continues. Can Chelsea deal with it? They go short this time to Fujino. Now to Uahavi. Hasagawa steps in. Now Fujino. Darting inside. Takes aim. Saved wonderfully by Hannah Hampton. Hampton called into action again. Keeping Chelsea in the lead here. Ball down the line. Ramirez cuts it out well. Puts it through the legs of Hasagawa. Cuthbert chasing her tail as she tries to keep up with Uahavi there. Throw in now for City.
Really good corner routine from City. Play it short. Hasagawa comes in and plays a beautiful ball into Fujino. Fujino doesn't do much wrong there. Cuts inside nicely. Curls it around Bright. Another good save from Hannah Hampton. Keeping Chelsea ahead at the moment.
Yeah, Fowler. Plays it forward. Shaw controls it. Miles offside.
Yeah. Well played by Chelsea, keeping that high line. But first 20 minutes, since Chelsea have scored, it's been all Manchester City. And Hannah Hampton has made a couple saves now to keep this game 1-0 to the Blues. What a ball that is from Hasegawa into Fagino. Fagino does the right thing. Cuts in. Good save from Hampton. And you never know, because if she parries that the other way, she parries it to a Fowler and Shaw who are stood there ready to turn it in.
And I have to say, looking at that goal mouth, that is fairly poor condition.
Yeah. It's not the greatest picture I've ever seen.
That's putting it mildly.
Oh, Nusken's been caught on the ball by Shaw.
Shaw bursting forwards. And that's intercepted, and then Cuthbert's fouled. Chelsea play out. Baltimore. Pass forwards into Ramirez. Strong challenge from Gracie Pryor. That's what they need to be assertive with Ramirez.
Shocker Nusken's lucky. Not only did she give the ball away, but it was clumsy defending. Shaw running away and was all over her. Could have got very messy, that. But again, City causing Chelsea problems. Honestly, it's not because Nusken did. It's a little bit fortunate because there was a lot of grabbing. It'd be interesting, but yeah, she just doesn't really get the right side of it. It's strong. She ends up falling over herself, which kind of helps her because it means that she has to let go of Shaw, but she definitely got a hold of that arm and then pulled that shirt there a bit. Bright does well to step in and win it again.
Really important from Bright. Cuthbert comes in. She was then fouled, but that wasn't noticed by referee Heaslip. Harvey with the throw.
Well, we thought this game would be tasty. Very tasty.
Harvey waiting for an option with the throw. Sure. Harvey. Sure. Harvey roared. Stepped in really well there from Kat Macario. Here come Chelsea. Ramirez towards Macario. Now Lauren James breaking in. James saved well by Yamashita. But that's how quickly Chelsea can take a game where the momentum's been all Man City's way and swing it. That's how quickly the pendulum can swing. A nice attacking move from Chelsea. And, well, Lauren James close to finding a second for Chelsea in this game.
Yeah, it does really well. Picks up on the loose ball. That touch is superb to knock it into her stride. And it's a good effort. She'd have done well to score from there. She had the on. She had Kasper was right with her. And Yamashita does well.
Here is Jill Ward carrying the ball forward for Man City. It's now out with Fowler. Bronze will go and narrow the angle. Fowler chips it in there. And it's going to fall for LJ at the back post, who will look to burst away. Now smashes it forwards. Gives Ramirez something to chase. She'll win the initial contact. Up against Alexandri now, Ramirez. Alexandri tries to use her body well. Ramirez keeps it in, and that's given as a foul. That is never a foul. That is never a foul. Alexandri comes running across Ramirez, fallen over.
I think, it's going to be... Ramirez going to be unlucky. Because I think what it's going to be is Alexandri runs across her, and obviously Ramirez is always going to trip her up there because Alexandri's ran across her.
But she's not. Alexandri just ran off.
No, that they tangle legs there though.
That's only because she runs into her.
That's what I'm saying though. It's unlucky for Ramirez because Alexandri knows exactly what she's doing. If she runs across her there, she's going to end up going down.
Never a foul.
But again,
here is Alexandra.
Ramirez getting the better of her.
But again, it's what we spoke about on stream yesterday, when the more physical players of colour make a tackle or don't even do anything wrong, they tend to get the decision go against them. Like that one there. Ramirez is just a physical player. If you run into her, it's going to hurt. City come forwards now. Miedemar. Now Kirsten Kasparai. Looking to make something happen. Roared. Can't quite get it under our control. Now Kasparai. Fagino. Being forced back by Sondi Baltimore. Here's Pryor. Billy says Alexandri's lucky there. Never a foul in my book. Exactly my point, Phil. Here is Harvey. Through the legs of Cuthbert into Fowler. Now back to Harvey. Ball into the box. Baltimore clears it out well. Lauren James will get it under her control. Now Nusken hooks it clear.
Risky decision for Baltimore to decide to chest that down. Facing her own goal. But does well to hook it clear. City still in control though.
Just
Chelsea
Pryor.
not really got going. I mean, that's the thing they have when they've got on the ball and they've come forward, they've looked right on it. But the problem is they're not really getting on the ball.
Cuthbert, Baltimore sends it forwards. Ramirez is in now again. She gets away from Alexandri. Chance for Ramirez. Chance for Chelsea. Delays. Rounds the keeper and puts it into the side netting.
What a chance.
What a miss from Ramirez.
Wow. You felt with Maya Ramirez bearing in on goal. That only had one
Got to
outcome.
be finished. It's a great ball in behind from Baltimore. Alexandri caught flat-footed and then absolutely done in the race, in the foot race. Ramirez slows it down, tries to round the keeper. Yamashita doesn't have to see her wide, and Ramirez fluffs the shot. She's just got to put it on past her here. She tries to round her, and I don't get that. Yamashita didn't come out far enough.
Yamashita does well. It's a good piece of goalkeeping. It makes the striker think, but Ramaya Ramirez should be putting that ball in the back of the net 10 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Alexandri
that was such a good chance to make Chelsea's lead 2.
Wow.
And she'll be kicking herself for missing that one. And we come back and Millie Brighton, Khadija Shaw engaging in some sort of Royal Rumble. It's resulted in a City free kick. And Shaw's not happy with the physicality used against her in this game.
Yeah, Brighton's got to be careful.
Georgia City's back line looks so out of shape for that chance. Yeah. A complete disarray. It allowed Ramirez to get in.
I mean, how on earth you've left your centre-half one-on-one with Maya Ramirez is... I don't know how that happens. I really don't.
Yeah, when you don't have the ball. That was their out-of-possession structure. Lauren James does really well to win that back in there. Great pass to Natalie Bjorn. And a positive touch from Bjorn, and Chelsea can come down this right-hand side. Still going Bjorn. Bronze now. Cuthbert. That's 2 times now. Ramirez has gone in behind, and I just think she's got it wrong in terms of shot choice and type. Both times she's tried, or the first time she tried to be cute and just slot it past her, didn't quite come off. Tried to be clever, didn't come off. She got lucky with how it bounced off the defender, and then she was able to put it away. That one there, tries to round the goalkeeper. Just got solid past her. Brilliant from Baltimore. Stop, start, dribbling, catching out Kasparai. But then she gets it all wrong with her touch. Not sure how that's happened there.
Really good footwork, and then just one step over too many, really. Was chopping and changing and stepping over and doing lovely little spins, and ended up just spinning out of play.
Yeah. Kasparai wants to take a throw.
City's throws have looked so poor in terms of they've had nothing on. Every single throw they've had not had anyone to throw it to.
Falls down to Baltimore. Nuskin. Baltimore. Bright. Now Bjorn. Into Lucy Bronze. Bronze. Finds Carnreid. Carnreid back to Bronze. Inside to Nuskin. Nuskin back to Bjorn. Here is Hannah Hampton. Bjorn. Ramirez holds it up, but then loses possession. That's good from Alexandria there. Just forcing Ramirez to lose the ball by being assertive, by being on her back, giving her that pressure. Here's for Gino. Wants to run at Sondi Baltimore. Able to drift inside too easy, but loses the ball to Shock, and Niska makes a good tackle to stop Kasparai getting there. Now Hasegawa. Kasparai being hounded by Khan, who just come across. Now it's back to Pryor, and City forced all the way back to Yamashita. Pryor, studs on the ball.
Important 15 minutes now.
Yeah.
That's really good from Hasegawa. That will be a
And
foul.
good hassle from Lauren James, but yeah, definitely a foul.
City have looked better with the ball. It's without the ball has been their major problems.
But intercepts. Now Bronze. That's cut out by Fowler. Chance for City. Shaw to Fowler. Bronze will come across and deal, and that's cleared away by Bright. Good defending from the English pair.
it was Jill Rord who was made her run.
Pass out from Bronze. Miedemar, Shaw. Cuthbert comes in there and deals well. Not sure how that's been given Man City as well. I want to see a replay on that one. Cuthbert's not happy at all. Shakes her head in fury.
Look, nothing wrong with it, and it.
She gets in front of the ball, and I don't think there's a foul. Just play on.
Yeah,
I'm not sure why she has to give anything.
Shaw flicked it to a City player, so it's a weird one to give.
It's a chance for City to put the ball into the box now from a decent area. We saw them waste this sort of opportunity earlier.
Yeah. Shaw giving
Harvey over that one, and she put it on top of the goal. This time, Fowler and Fagino, the candidates to take. And this is an area which could be a shot on goal or a cross. It's one of those. You're sort of torn between the two in this sort of area.
Type of thing that could spark City into life. Yeah.
It looks like it'll be Fowler to take, unless Fagino's replaying the longest run-up in history. Fowler puts it in there, in towards the keeper. Hampton pushes it away. Alexandri. Now Kasparai.
Hampton knocked over Nuskin and she can't punch it. Nuskin's down injured and Bright just gone along and picked her up and told her to get on with it. Brilliant. Defending.
Bright misses the interception. Chance for Shaw. Stood up brilliantly by Sondi Baltimore. And she gets a pat on her back from her captain there. Kasparai now. Ball into the box. Bronze heads away. Brilliant defending from Chelsea. But that was a poor mistake from Bright.
Let off for Bright. Why has Shaw not shot sooner?
Yeah, just
will be the biggest question.
Hesitates. Bjorn clears it down to Miedemar, dealt with by Chelsea. But it's nervy now. Yeah. Ramirez holding the ball up well. Looking to bring others into the game. Baltimore. Lauren James. Baltimore. Back to James. Back to Baltimore. Cut out there by City. Chance for City. Breaking Chelsea's half again. Shaw. Effort is blocked. And then Bjorn clears it away. Uahabi doesn't deal. Chelsea in no rush though to go and press.
Wow. Again, scrappy stuff from Chelsea at the back, but they're dealing with it, and that is the main thing.
Yeah.
But they can't go on like this for 60 more minutes.
Here is Uahabi. Blocked well by Bronze. Out for a City throw again.
So many chances. We're going to get a catalogue of replays. This was the one when the ball came across. Bright misses it. Shaw's got to shoot there with her left foot and just hit it after her first touch. But it just takes too many, and that's Baltimore to get in front of it.
Alexandri.
There's a foul. Ramirez all over it.
Well, it looks like a bit of each, no?
No. Alexandri's using her hands to appeal, which probably isn't the greatest idea. Because Ramirez lets go there, then she is in massive trouble again.
Kasparai. And a play for a City throw, and Bompastor wants more energy.
Bompastor will be frustrated because she knows that Chelsea are pretty fortunate to still be ahead.
Well, there's been mistakes, and it's been through lethargic and sloppy passes. And Bright, too assertive again there on Shaw.
She's very
lucky. The ball had gone.
There's
no need for that.
That's the third one now, and I'm surprised he slipped.
She's not going anywhere. There's three players around Shaw here.
So the ball goes away, and then she just really silly from Bright. She won't get away with it much longer. I'm surprised she's got it.
The problem is, once she's on a yellow, she can't make those sorts of challenges when she actually needs to. Another chance for City to put the ball in the box. And if they keep getting these opportunities, eventually they're going to get one right. It's Fagino and Uahabi over this. Will it be a third different take, or will Uahabi deliver it? It will be. Ayoba Fagino. Ball in. It's a header from Alexandri. Seen back by Bronze, who will then take it in her stride. Hampton's confused her, so why Bronze just hasn't let her have it. Yeah. And I'd have to say I'm also confused. Pass forward. Carnreid to Macaro. Well, perhaps this is why, because Chelsea can play now. Cat Macaro carrying it forwards. Pokes it in behind. Carnreid against Kasparai in the foot race. Carnreid holds it up. Now Lauren James. Back to Bright. LJ slotting in at left back right now.
Yeah, Bronze got away with that one, because if she tries to run that out and gets dispossessed or gives it away, Chelsea could have been in massive problems.
Bjorn. Hampton. Lays out to the left-hand side. James wins the header. Cuthbert now will try and bring that ball down. Raw shoves her over. Referee doesn't see it that way. Here's Virginio. Just about keeps it in touch. James tracking back. Tries to get in front of the cross. It's too close to Hampton anyway, and she'll claim it. And now she'll wait as she wants the referee to check on Aaron Cuthbert.
Yeah. You don't usually see Aaron Cuthbert down injured. See what happens.
Yeah, she's kicked and pushed by Raw.
I'm not really sure how. I think she's hurt her head on the
I
floor.
don't think she's hurt her head. I think she's grabbed her head so the ref will stop the game. I love Aaron Cuthbert, but I'm going to be honest there.
Yeah, no.
So I'm not really sure why Bronze took this, but it worked then when she played the ball up the line. This should have just been seen back to...
Yeah, Hannah Hampton's getting there. Bronze chests it down and then just runs with it. And Hampton stood there kind of very confused. Cuthbert's still down. I'm guessing she must have whacked her head on the floor when she fell over. When she fell down. An opportunity for both sides to have a drink and have a catch up with their coaches. Yeah, I think if anything, it's weird that Chelsea are winning, but I think City will potentially be the more positive side because they all feel like they're in this game. They feel like they've got a really good chance of winning it. So where does it come? So there's the push. That is a push. Oh yeah, she hits her back of her head on the ground. Does Cuthbert. But yeah, I think City will be happy. They are in as much as they don't want to just be frustrated to be losing. They know they're in this game, and they'll fancy themselves to get a goal before the end of the half. Chelsea are going to have to just wake up a little bit here. They've had some chances against the run of play, but apart from that, they haven't really put a dent in this game.
And I'll apologise to Aaron Cuthbert, that was a genuine head injury.
Yeah.
But yeah. 7 minutes left then of this first half. If Chelsea see it as it is, I think that it's okay. But there has been moments in this first half where it has looked much more nervy than it should be.
This is the thing. If Chelsea get to half-time 1-up, Bompastor can then regroup, make some changes and adjust. City will know that. And I think Cushing and Manchester City will feel that it is imperative that they manage to equalise and level this game up before the end of the half.
George says, can still really see the understanding just isn't there between Miedemar and Shaw. I think that's true. I think City they've had chances, but a lot of them they've all come really from Chelsea mistakes. When City have had the ball and tried to play, it's been disjointed, not really worked. When an individual's been able to capitalise on an error, they've had a chance, that player, but we've not really seen them link up effectively. And perhaps if they are winning the ball back as often as they are at the moment in Chelsea's third, if they can link up more effectively, they will have more success. But they're not at the moment. Virginio's ball into the box, headed away by Millie Bright. They've also the problem is as well, City over rely on crosses, and they've lost every aerial ball at the moment. Because you've got Brighton, you've got Bjorn in there, you've got Bronze as a good header of the football, and even Baltimore's 1-1. Ball in now from Yui Hasegawa. Shaw gets a header away, but it's over the bar. And again, it's not like other teams who will let Shaw just jump to that unopposed. Bronze made that incredibly difficult for her.
Yeah, Man City are furious that it wasn't given as a corner. Okay, hard to tell. This is really good from Hasegawa. Good ball in. Definitely a goal kick, I think. Have a look here. See a bit more decisive.
It's just awful angle.
Told us nothing. It looked like it hit both their heads at the same time, which obviously...
Ramirez. Great hold up. Pryor all over her, but Ramirez doesn't mind. Baltimore. Down the line. Nuskin will try and get there. Cleared away by Alexandri. Baltimore pass inside to Macario. Space to exploit. Miedemar with a rogue challenge. Doesn't come off. Chelsea breaking in behind now. Sioka Nuskin needs some support here from players in blue. Finds Ramirez on the edge. Miedemar does enough though to stop her in her tracks. Here's Shaw. Brings Miedemar into the game with the pass back. Now it's for Gino. Here's Kasparai. Can we see City progress the ball? Virginio into Hasegawa. Hasegawa to Kasparai. Here's Alexandri. Pryor. Forwards from Yamashita. Fagino brings it down, and that's offside.
That's sloppy from Fagino. God, just gotta watch the line there.
Yeah. And Cushing, not happy.
No.
But it's good, reinforcing those standards. He could easily come in today and do a half-assed job, but I think when you listen to the players talk about him, I mean, Viviana Miedemar said in her interview with The Telegraph that, I mean, she spoke very fondly of Gareth Taylor, but also said Cushing's come in with exactly the right energy. He's come in and picked up a group who were a bit shocked by the decision to sack Gareth Taylor, but he's come in, brought in some energy, brought in some belief.
He's a winner.
Here's Cuthbert. He's a very good manager. Yeah. That is undeniable.
It's weird to see a manager of such a pedigree coming as an interim, I think.
Brought down there by Viviana Miedemar, and surely that is a yellow card. Yeah. And that is a yellow card brandished by Emily Heaslip. And City players complain. I'm not sure how he can have any complaints. Miedemar prevents Chelsea breaking, and this is Emily Heaslip. Yeah. You know the rules.
Miedemar is... I think she's the unfortunate victim of the next one as well, because you've had Alexandri's had 2 or 3, Bright has had at least 3 herself, and they've both kind of managed to get away. That
is a deliberate foul to prevent the counter-attack. So even if it wasn't, even if that was the first foul of the game, which would be mental, but it took 40 minutes, even if it was the first, that is a yellow card. So I don't think City can have too many complaints there. Miedemar, one back in there by Cuthbert. Now Baltimore will find a pass to the right centre half, Natalie Bjorn. Bjorn now out to Bronze. They'll come down this right-hand side. Chelsea tries to find Carnery. Harvey knocks out a play, and that is a Chelsea throw-in now.
Big few minutes this in the story of this game. Chelsea will want to hold on.
Bjorn. Sorry, Ramirez. There's a fast forward from Bronze. Cuts out. City coming forwards now. Miedemar, Rord, space to drive into, coming together there between Nusken and Rord, and it looks like Nusken's come off worse. Sorry, Cuthbert and Rord.
Not sure what they ran into.
Looks to switch the play, and Carnery busts a gut to get there. Great work rate from the Swede. Now Bronze. Pass back to Bright. Baltimore on this near side, creating the angle. And so it goes back to Hampton and out wide to Baltimore. Touch isn't perfect. Should give it to Nusken. Nusken back now to goalkeeper Hampton. Here's Bjorn. Carrying that ball forward. Space to drive into for Bjorn, and she'll use it effectively. Now it's with Carnery. Ball forward, searching for Ramirez. Chests it down well. Brilliant defending from Pryor, though. Comes across well. And then knocks it out of play. Chelsea throwing on the far side.
Much better from Pryor. Does well. Matches Ramirez's physicality, but it doesn't go too hard and end up conceding a penalty. Really good, right on the line, and does well. Chelsea the ones pushing for a second in the latter stages of the half.
Ball forwards. Alexandria goes down. It's deemed a foul. She heads it away.
I don't really know what Alexandria's doing today.
Well, the problem, and again, I've spoken about this quite a bit now this season. When you've got these more physical players, and they tend to be players of colour as well, fouls like that constantly get given against them. We've seen it used against Ramirez a lot. We've seen it used against Khadija Shaw at times. We've seen it used against Olivia Smith, another one we noticed last night. When the defender goes down under any sort of pressure, it tends to be given.
Yeah, it's a weird one though, because it's not, Ramirez and Pryor are getting on just fine. They've done well. They've had a physical battle. Nothing wrong with it. No fouls been given.
Pryor's not hitting the deck every time Ramirez comes near her.
Yeah.
She's being strong and
Alexandria's being smart, which it's working so far.
Yeah, she's deceiving the referee. Like that one there, she's behind Ramirez. How does she fall forwards?
I don't really know.
She's pushing on Ramirez then. That's the only way that happens. Shaw receives the ball through the lines. Going in towards goal. Good tackle from Bjorn. That was offside. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, Bjorn frustrated, but obviously they're going to delay that flag just in case that goes in.
Indeed.
But yeah, they again another really good piece of defending from Natalie Bjorn. Up against Shaw, does really well. 4 minutes added on.
Yeah. So still time then for another goal in this first half. Chelsea I think will be more keen just to see it out, but if they get the opportunity to double their advantage, it would put them in a really healthy position. Here's Bjorn. City would love to go into the break level. It would give merit to what has been a fairly good first half performance, an even game so far. City arguably having more chances, Chelsea inarguably having the better chances. Bronze. Baltimore now. Under pressure from Fagino. Actually loses it there. And here is Hasegawa, delays the pass. Plays it to Fowler now. Fowler will cut back onto this right foot. Tries to play a ball out to the right hand side. Cut out by Nusken. James fizzes it back at Nusken. Not really sure what the thinking was there, but it's City have possession. Fagino. Nusken comes across to Deal. And then Lauren James to Deal again. Yeah. And that is giving us a foul. And a City free kick in a good area again.
Again, Nusken just with a slight pearl. It's a little bit unnecessary because it stops Fagino getting there. Good play from Fagino again to burst away, and City with an opportunity late in the half to try and level up this final. Fagino's had City have played well. I think offensively the front three have had a really strong game.
Yeah, definitely.
This is a good chance again. Got to get that delivery right. I don't think they've met a single City head from any of these free kicks or corners.
Fagino puts it in there. It's hit by Shaw. It falls for City. It's bundling around the penalty area, blocked by Mario Ramirez.
How is that not turned in? Nick Cushing is as surprised as we are at the fact that no one in a City shirt has managed to poke that goalwards. Runs all the way through. How has no one managed to get a touch as this just bounces across the 6-yard line?
Yeah, Fowler is the one that eventually pokes it towards goal, only to be blocked by Mario Ramirez.
City pushing at the end of the half.
Fowler puts it into the box. Header away by Bronze. Now Lauren James will be the first to get there. Tries to take on Castro, plays it down the line. Bronze gets there. Here come Chelsea. It's a 2-on-2. Bronze, can she outpace Uwahabi? She's done well to keep going. Still Lucy Bronze. Foul there from Uwahabi. Bronze keeps going. And that was going to go out for a corner, but it's out for a throw. How is that not pulled back for advantage, though? Because Uwahabi's absolutely launched herself at Lucy Bronze. Not got near the ball.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Nearly being outrun by Bronze is diabolical, indeed. And she just kept trying to run into her, and it just didn't work. Baltimore with a throw now for Chelsea in this corner.
Where's Baltimore going? I guess it was that far in the corner.
James brought down. And it's half time here at Pride Park at the break. It's Chelsea 1, Manchester City 0. An early goal from Myra Ramirez, the only goal in this final so far. There could have been more. Ramirez had arguably the next best chance of the half when she should have finished away an opportunity on around 20 minutes. City, though, have had more chances, had a flurry between the 5th and the 20th minute. The 8th to 20th minute, but they couldn't capitalise, and so they go into the break, a goal down to Chelsea.
Yeah, some good pieces of goalkeeping. Keep this game at 1-0 Chelsea. Chelsea with some good opportunities. Chelsea with some good opportunities. City with a load of opportunities, but perhaps not the greatest. A first half that I think will frustrate Manchester City. They'll be pleased with how they played in this game, but they will also be slightly frustrated with the fact they haven't managed to find the back of the net just yet. But they are definitely in this game. They'll be conceding so early on in the 7th minute to a Mario Ramirez goal. It was a little bit lucky, but Chelsea found the breakthrough. But since then, Man City have probably been the better side. It's been an even game, and credit to both sides because they've given us a really, really good final so far. Maria says, thoughts on fullback performances so far? We'll do both teams. I think that Baltimore and I think all 4 fullbacks have done pretty well, to be fair. It's not an easy game, and it's quite interesting because you've got 4 fullbacks who are all quite naturally attacking. So it does mean that both sides are looking to get more numbers forward when they get the ball. We see Kasparov bombing on and joining the attack. Then we see Baltimore and Bronze rushing up the field whenever Chelsea get the ball. So it's I think all 4 fullbacks on the pitch today are going to play a big part in today's match. I can definitely see one of them getting involved with a goal contribution or something of that ilk. But a first half, it's what we want. It's what we wanted to see from this League Cup final. First 45 minutes, it's been an even game. We've got a goal. It's still all to play for. Could go either way, and we're in for a really, really strong second half. But yeah, I think City will be happy, and Nick Cushing will be impressed with what he's seen from his side. They have pushed Chelsea all the way. They've had a lot of chances. They've had a lot of the ball as well. So credit to Man City, because Nick Cushing has managed to get this side playing some decent football in the last few days, and it's paying dividends, because it's meaning that today they are taking the game to Bompastor's Chelsea. And I think, well, I'd love to be a fly on the wall in that Chelsea dressing room, because despite the fact they lead 1-0, I don't think Bompastor will be very happy with the way that her side have played. But it was a really good piece of play from Chelsea down the left-hand side. Macario into Lauren James. Plays Ramirez through on goal. The original shot is a good save from Yamashita. She ends up knocking it into a centre-half who's running back, and it falls nicely for Ramirez to poke it into an open net from 2 yards out. Fortunate in the way the ball eventually found the back of the net, but in terms of the build-up play, it was a really, really good piece of play down the left-hand side. It was a lovely ball through from Lauren James, and it was a good run from Ramirez, who timed it perfectly. Was a quick VAR check to see if she was offside, but no, timed it to perfection, and was rewarded eventually with Chelsea finding the opening and only goal of this contest so far. But since then, Man City have had the better share of the possession. They've had a lot of chances themselves. Again, we're seeing Manchester City getting that ball out wide and putting those crosses into the penalty area, and Chelsea are doing well to deal with it so far. But you feel like it gets to a point where one of those crosses is going to end up, landing on the head of Khadija Shaw, or it's going to fall to someone in a City shirt who could have a good opportunity. But yeah, City have done well to keep Chelsea under pressure for quite a bit of that first 45. And it's one of those where Chelsea got to be careful, because another 45 minutes like that, and it could get a little bit nasty, and not nasty, it could get a little bit dangerous, for the Blues, but they still lead, and that's the main thing. Some big saves from Hannah Hampton have definitely kept them in this game. David says Cashboy is a very good player, and says Chelsea lacklustre in the centre of the park, not enough support to keep it moving. Yeah, I think it's been... The problem is for Chelsea is that on that, talk about the centre of the field and the lacklusterness that it seems to appear, is that because City are the ones getting on the ball, it means that the double pivot of Nusken and Cuthbert is having to drop very deep. They're having to get back in and defend. They're having to help out, Chelsea defensively. What that means is that the problem comes is that when Chelsea do get that ball back, they're not there to progress it forwards, because they're so deep, they can't. Then they're struggling to move the ball on, and it is hurting Chelsea a little bit, because they are getting caught in their own penalty area. We saw a couple cycles there of 5-10 minutes where City really kind of relentlessly kept Chelsea under the pump, and Chelsea admittedly have done very, very well to deal with it. But again, that can't go on for another 45 minutes, and as you say, Chelsea are going to have to find a way to, if Cuthbert and Nusken do have to drop deep and help Chelsea out in that penalty area, they've got to find a way to get that ball forwards and get that ball moving again.
Well, that's a profound question. Could Chelsea keep it up for 45 minutes?
Potentially so, but I just don't see it happening, and I don't think that's the way Bompastor wants to win it. It'd be very risky.
I think Chelsea will plan to get another goal. I think that it will be much like the game against Man City in the first leg. In November, sorry.
Yeah.
Not the first leg. Back in November. I'm already in the Champions League mindset for Wednesday. But yeah, it's very much like the game back in November, where they just waited. Be patient and the chance will come. Chelsea have had opportunities in this half. They've just got to keep being defensively solid. I wouldn't be surprised if they go a bit narrower in the second half. They've tried to play out from the back. It's not really worked. I think they've just got to calm it down a bit. They're trying to play out, trying to be too cute with it, and then they lose the ball, and suddenly they're under pressure from Man City. So I think that's been a real worry. Chelsea, though, they've had chances. They have had chances to double their advantage, to extend their advantage. I think on another day, this could have been 3-0 at half-time, and that's the problem for City is, yes, they'll be annoyed that they've been wasteful, but they've also been very fortunate in their own, in their own third.
I mean, the Ramirez miss is an absolute golden chance to double the lead.
Yeah.
And as you say, that will frustrate Bompastor because at 2-0 up, Chelsea probably would have done what they did again. Think back to the Arsenal game at the Emirates. Chelsea would have probably gone, right, with 2 goals to the good, let's just soak up pressure for 45 minutes and come away as champions.
And we questioned as well whether Macario can have as big an impact as Hamano did. Well, I'd argue she has done so far, but she's probably done more in possession than Hamano did in that game. I think she's been involved in a lot, or in everything that's been positive, really, for Chelsea. A really impressive performance. She's used her physicality well. She's used her passing range well. A lot of her best stuff as well, though, is coming off the ball. She's kept Hasegawa quiet, which is exactly what Chelsea would have planned to do today with Macario. But also her runs off the ball have been really good. She's making runs that's diverting players away and creating space for Myra Ramirez.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. The biggest criticism of Macario's game recently has just been not being really getting involved, not having an impact on games, and kind of being what you kind of call a passenger when Chelsea have gone on to win. But this game, as you say, she's getting involved. And it is her kind of game because it's a little bit scrappy. It's a little bit more like the physical edge than the actual technical edge. Also, Macario is a phenomenally technical footballer, but that she does have that physical element of her game, and I think that's really helping today because she's getting involved in that scrap. She's up for it today, and she's really enjoying playing out there. But it has been a bit of a scrappy game. It's been a very physical one. It's going to get interesting for Chelsea because you feel like Millie Bright, for example, probably on her last warning. Her next foul, I'd be surprised if it wasn't a yellow. So it's going to be interesting. Chelsea's just got to be careful about how physical they are being and just protect. It has been a scrappy game, but with referees like Heaslip, you can't get away with consistent fouls and consistent scrappiness.
Yeah,
because we're going to see loads of cards.
A dry surface as well today. How does that impact on the game?
It makes it really difficult, and again, it adds that scrappy element. The ball is just it's bouncing around. It's not running on, and we're seeing that.
But it's going to hold up a bit.
Yeah, under hit passes, but the bounces as well. Some have been really peculiar. Like the one where Baltimore saw it out of play for what she thought was a goal kick when it was a corner was a deflected shot that spun up, bounced, and then bounced backwards, and it bounced that's why it was so weird because it just bounced off straight out for a goal kick, despite the fact it was travelling horizontally. So yeah, it was a weird one. I'll be honest, it's not been a great serve. It's not a great pitch to host a domestic cup final on, which is a shame. But it's an extra element that is playing a factor at the moment.
Yeah, you've got to feel that there were better venues available for this. Sure.
Yeah, I'll say we would have had to plan it with a side who weren't playing at home in the EFL because they are in action today. Derby are away from home.
Newcastle.
Yeah, but again, that's really north. That is like so.
And you've got Chelsea, Arsenal in Newcastle.
Everyone's got to travel up, directly up. No, don't go directly up. You'd end up in the North Sea. But yeah, it's one of those where
or Scotland. I don't know which is worse. Anyway, sorry to all the Scottish people watching, but yeah, it's one of those games where I think from what we've seen so far, it's really difficult to call the second half because again, both sides have had chances. Chelsea took one of theirs, but they could have taken more, and City took none of theirs, but they probably could have scored.
With most other games, we'd sit here and we would say, oh well, if it carries on in a similar way, then Man City will keep the pressure on. They'll eventually score. But it's not going to happen like that. There's no way that Bompastor lets that Chelsea side come out at half-time and play like they did in that second half. Chelsea will up it, I think. And whether that's through personnel or whether they adjust something, Chelsea will play better. And City have got to be aware of that.
Yeah, definitely. There was who said it? Maria said, Bjorn has been outstanding the last few months since Buchanan's injury. Indeed. She's been really, really good, Natalie Bjorn. Really good in today's game as well. And again, it shouldn't come as a surprise. You put a player who is a very strong player into an environment where they're playing a lot of football at a very high level. They're going to be more confident. They're going to then be a bit more consistent. I think we've seen that from Natalie Bjorn. People questioned her abilities, I think, before this run, but she's played very, very well. The Arsenal game, especially at Stamford Bridge this season, very impressed with her in that game. And yeah, I think Chelsea have got a now really strong rotation of centre halves. Once Germa is not injured and settled into the side, I think she'll be a top level player. You've got Khadija Buchanan, who will return from injury. I know at the moment she's out of contract this summer, but I think Chelsea will likely renew it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what happens there. But a nice rotation there of centre halves. David Ferrer said, "Who's going to get the red then? Miedemar or Cuthbert?" McCabe. Somehow. I don't know.
Cuthbert's not on a yellow yet, is she? But I get what the point is that there's a good chance that could happen.
Yeah.
I think that the fact that there's only been one card shows a lot because, as I said, I think Alexandri could be in the book. I think Ramirez could be in the book. I think Bright could have been. And on a different game, but I think Heaslip is doing very, very well. You know, she's been very reluctant to get the cards out, which is what you want to see in a final because she's not ruining the game by throwing cards around. And by throwing cards around, sometimes it forces you to get a red card out because you have no choice. But I think that in this game, I don't see her getting sent off. I think Heaslip's doing very, very well at managing it.
Yeah, the only player I could see getting sent off is Leah Alexandri.
Yeah.
If her and Ramirez are in the foot race and she gets it wrong, that would be where I could see a red card coming.
Which wouldn't be a bad call because if it is 1-0 with 20 minutes to go, you take Ramirez out for a goal, take the red card and give your team a chance. Fair enough, that's it's respectable. I think most other centre-halves would do the same in her position. But as you say, she does keep losing that foot race.
The problem that City have got to address is why is that constantly a one-on-one?
Yeah.
And how are Chelsea able just to play a ball in behind and Ramirez is in? And they've got to address that at half-time, Man City. And that's what Cushing's got to do. The simple things have got to be right.
Cushing will be more likely to adjust, I think, than Taylor would have been. Taylor is very stubborn in the way he plays. I think Cushing, with the short time span, and he is a top manager, he's a winning manager because he is pretty good on the fly. He's pretty good at adjusting and adapting to the game. And I think that's what can make it interesting. I say that Chelsea will improve because Bompastor won't be happy with it, but there's a chance that Cushing is also going to try and adjust some things for City and give them a better chance in this second half.
Yeah. George says, I can see Lexi Potter being a real help for Chelsea next season as a backup 6. Depends what system Chelsea use. If they're using one that relies on a lone 6, then yeah, I'd say Lexi Potter will probably come back in and be involved in that role. If it's a double pivot, there's so many players that can play in there. It'll be interesting to see whether Potter is kept around and how much involvement she has. But yeah.
Sorry, Keating was all like Yamashita there. Like, they've kicked
Volleyed
the
it
ball
away
to
from her.
just booted it over her head. Not great, but yeah, both keepers have done pretty well today. Hannah Hampton and Yamashita have both made some big saves, and Yamashita was unfortunate for the Chelsea goal because she did make the initial save, and unfortunately she kneed it into her own teammate, and it fell nicely for Ramirez. But it's been a really, really good game so far. I think it's going to be another tight half. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, indeed. We have now another 45 minutes here at Pride Park. Chelsea taking to the pitch. City already out there.
I mean, my prediction's still on as well, so I'm very happy. I said Ramirez would score the opener, and she's done that. Now I need a Shaw goal and a Beaver Jones goal off the bench.
Yeah. To be fair, I think most predictions are still on, unless you predicted City to keep a clean sheet, which would be bold.
Yes.
But yeah.
Anything can happen. It's a final. It's 45 minutes. Let's see what happens. Miedemar and Heaslip having a chat as they walk out for the half. I wouldn't be. Heaslip's a tight referee. I've seen, I wouldn't be surprised if she's saying, you are on a yellow, don't do anything stupid, we don't want to ruin this game.
Yeah.
And that's wise, I like that. Not saying, I'm going to send you off if you make a foul, but just saying, don't ruin it, we're having a good game. Don't put yourself in a bad position.
We're having fun.
Don't say we, because that sounds really dodgy.
We're having a great time.
We're having a fun day. We all are. We're having a fun day.
I thought Chloe Kelly left.
Well, we have 45 minutes to decide who's going to win the League Cup for this season. Maybe extra time penalties, we need it. Who knows?
Indeed.
When it is a slim margin in a final, that threat of extra time penalties is always looming.
Indeed, it is. Well, Manchester City start the first half, so it will be Chelsea to get us back underway here for another 45 minutes of Women's League Cup final action here at Pride Park. It's Chelsea who lead 1-0. Myra Ramirez goal, the sole goal of the game so far. We are now back underway. Chelsea with a final to see out. City with work to do to get back in it. Let's see how it goes. Chelsea in possession. Baltimore. I don't think we've seen Chelsea in settled possession much today.
No.
A lot of the times when players out of position because it's come from a transitional moment or something like, we've not really seen what they're trying to do in settled possession. I'm not sure they want to have settled possession ever. It's just a very transitional game for Chelsea today. Macario. Now Lauren James wants to take on Kasparai here. Knocks it past her and will run. Brilliant from James so far. Lovely footwork. Tries to put the ball in. It's blocked and then cleared away by Pryor. Going to drop for Sondi Baltimore. Back to Lauren James. James tries to drive a ball into the box. It's blocked by Baltimore. Chelsea, though, do keep this move alive. Now Baltimore wants to take on Kasparai. Does well to hold on to the ball. Pass is cut out by Fagino and cleared away by Pryor. Bjorn will get there and Chelsea keep the ball.
Yeah, Chelsea with an intent, I think, which will be to go hard and fast and
Right.
kill this game off.
Lauren James cuts inside, puts the ball into the box, and that's going to run through. Carnery gave up on that.
Yeah.
She gave up on that. She's got to go for that.
She hesitated initially when Ramirez went to head for it. She's just got to gamble. Got to gamble.
I think she's worried if Ramirez heads it that it's going to be that she'll be offside, but I don't think she would have caught that quickly. She's got to get there. She would have got to that ball.
Really good feet from Lauren James down that left-hand side.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Just bouncing the ball between her feet from left to the right. Nuscombe. Short on options. Cuthbert comes to support. One back by City. Fagino comes over the ball. Shaw loses it. And it's Chelsea's ball now. Bjorn. And Bright there has firmed a blow to the face.
Yeah. One of those where the fingers are not, when you see the fingertips like poked in the eye or something. Or just, back of the hand.
Well, she's holding her nose.
Yeah.
Just could have been walloped in the face, but Millie Bright will firm it. Get on with it. Here is Rord.
Still can't get the way she picked up Nuscombe when she went down injured.
She's the same with Baltimore.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
You
come
are
on.
not injured. Get out.
Well, Baltimore blocked one, and then she was picking her up. We're going to go chase down the left back. Sorry, go get back into left back. Chase down the winger. Fowler. Lovely turn. Slides it in towards Shaw. Bjorn cuts it out, and then Shaw pulls her down. And Shaw's fuming, but you can't pull a player down to the floor.
I think it's just general frustration from Shaw as well. She'll feel like she should have potentially scored in this game, and that Man City should be, don't deserve to be losing.
Yeah. Chelsea over the ball, back with Hannah Hampton. She'll send it long. Looking for Carnery, cut out by Ua Harvey. Here's Fowler. Cuthbert comes across to try and make a tackle. Ua Harvey now. That's blocked by Fowler. Nuscombe, Cuthbert. Heads it to Bronze. Cleared into Fowler. Bronze trying just to keep it alive, trying to play with it. Carnery now comes away with the ball. Pokes it towards Macario. Really good football. Carnery to Nuscombe to Baltimore. Chelsea. It's almost like rugby. Just they try and hold on to the ball, then shift it when they're about to be fouled. Lauren James pulled down there by Fagino. Ref is facing the wrong direction. Come on, Heaslip. Ramirez still has the ball. Macario. Nuscombe tries to find Ramirez. Ramirez does come away with it now. Can she take aim? It's blocked.
Really good from Harvey.
Ramirez. Plays it to Bronze. Bronze to Macario. Back towards Bronze. Breaking into penalty area now. Goes down on a challenge from Alexandri. And she's going to get booked for diving.
Yeah. I think that
Going to have a look.
it's not a bad decision.
Well, VAR's going to look.
Yeah. That's what VAR's here for, but I think Heaslip's got that one right.
So we'll see. Alexandria and Bronze engaged in debate. Surely VAR will have a look at this one.
Yeah, I don't think she touches her. Let's have a look.
No.
Yeah, Bronze.
I don't know what Bronze is trying to do there. We've got VAR in this competition. Great officiating from Heaslip.
Yeah.
What is Bronze trying to do?
Yeah, someone tell Bronze has VAR because that is never going to get given.
That is so soft. She's forgot that she's playing for Chelsea and not Barcelona.
God.
That's not just going to get given.
Barcelona catching strays.
And there's no Barca fans watching this.
Yeah, that's a cracking decision.
Probably. Here come Man City. Sure. Here's Ua Harvey. Now Fowler squaring up to Bronze. Bronze stands her ground, blocks it well. And the problem for Bronze now is she can't make a tactical foul because she's thrown herself on the floor in the penalty area. If she doesn't do that, she would have got into a good area as well. And now Fowler plays it inside.
You just worry
Just
every
gonna smash out
time.
of play.
Every time Bronze now goes into a challenge with someone with tricky feet like Mary Fowler, that is a trip up waiting to happen.
Yeah. And we know how much Heaslip loves a second yellow card.
Especially with a player who tries to deceive her.
I don't think I've ever seen a referee give so many second yellow cards specifically.
Yeah, something straight. Yeah, she doesn't do straight reds.
No. Hemp was 2 yellows. Green was 2 yellows when she gave 2 reds in one game in City Chelsea. McCabe this season was 2 yellows in a matter of seconds.
Well, no, McCabe was a yellow and then a red.
Oh, it was a straight red to be fair.
But she did give a yellow first, so that's not applicable. It's neither. Yeah, that's a tighter one that would have been given, and then VAR would have overturned it. That's a cracking decision to make that in real time. Again, this was good from Fagino. The cross was all wrong.
Yeah.
But again, we've left off where we've picked up where we left off in the first half. You feel, and I don't think Bompastor will be very pleased thus far. Again, really good from Fagino.
Fagino wins it off with Baltimore. Now it's with Shaw, blocked well by Bjorn. Kaspraj puts it in there. Rord will try and compete. Connery comes in and deals with it. Only as far as Uahabi. Bronze does well there to stop Fowler getting through. But again, it's that heart in the mouth now every time Bronze is anywhere near making a tackle.
Risky. If Fowler was more interested in the ball, it could have been a little bit dicey. But yeah, I think she's got 37 minutes now. I think that could be an Ash Lawrence coming on very soon.
It's that way up, isn't it? Because Bronze is a much better player, but if she's on a yellow card, how much can she contribute?
From a game management point of view, you've got to be thinking about things like that.
Yeah, but then you've also got to be thinking about the fact that Bronze has been in these games before.
Yeah.
And so Bronze offers you that experience and quality, both in attack and defence.
I mean, I wouldn't say she's not an idiot, but she did just try and dive when VAR's in operations. It's never going to work.
Here's Alexandra. Harvey now plays it forwards, and Shaw is never getting to that.
Yeah, just didn't get any bend on it from Harvey. It was just such a flat ball that ended up going very straight.
Yeah. There is Bright. Now Hampton. Ball goes forward, looking for Lauren James. Headed away in there by Pryor. Baltimore. Macario. Now Bright. Sends the ball forward, and Lauren James now is bursting through. Kaspraj will get there and knock it back to the keeper, though. Yamashita. Ball forwards finds Hasegawa. Now it's Alexandre. Harvey. Fowler now. Shimmies inside. Lovely from Mary Fowler. Here's Viviana Miedemar. Pokes it wide for Gino. Puts it into the box. And that's saved well by Hannah Hampton.
It's another one. It's another good move, but the cross just isn't good enough. That final ball from City has to find someone in a burgundy shirt. Really good move from left to right. For Gino, the cross has got to be better. Just put it away from the goalkeeper is the main thing. Loads of options.
Nuskin finds Carnareed. Bronze. Tries to find Ramirez. One back by City. Rord. Shaw. Miedemar. Here's Pryor. Hasegawa. Pryor. Now Yui Hasegawa again. Slots one through. Lauren James there, I think we'll see that out. Really good from LJ.
Yeah, Chelsea kind of sitting in now a little bit deeper and just making it hard for City to break through.
Yeah.
Which is
Chelsea now, they pack out the box and prevent the crosses. City haven't offered much else in recent weeks in terms of attacking threat. And Cushing looks frustrated. That's exactly what you want from your manager.
Yeah. He'll believe City have got a chance here. He will smell it.
Bronze. Bjorn. Back to Hampton. Now Bright. I don't know if Chelsea fans just to tire out Khadija Shaw here by making her chase all of Chelsea's back line, but it has worked, and Chelsea have played out well. Macario. Ramirez makes the run. She just wasn't aware that ball was coming through, seemingly. Alexandru coming forwards now for City. Chelsea switched off because he's had the whistle in her mouth, and then saw Alexandru had the ball and signalled her to keep playing, and that is a wayward effort from Shaw.
That's a frustrated Khadija Shaw. She's got to do better with that. Just rushes it.
She's just not getting the room.
No.
That's why she's frustrated. She's just not getting the room.
And now she's trying to score worldies because that's kind of what she's got to do. It's a great ball through. She times the run well, but just hold it up, wait for options to come. Sees Hampton off her line, fancies it, never going to pull off. Like, well, equally, there's anyone on the football pitch who's going to pull that off. It is Khadija Shaw. But it would have been one hell of an effort.
Lauren James.
Yeah, and also Lauren James. That's not a good tackle from Shaw.
And she'll be lucky to avoid going into the referee's book here, I think.
She thinks she got the ball. He says no and books her.
And it's going to be the second yellow card of the game and the second that goes the way of Manchester City. Khadija Shaw booked for a foul.
Yeah, just got in there late. Joins Mead and Ryan Bronze.
Oh, sorry, third yellow of the game.
Let's see here. Did she get the ball? No.
Did she? Did she get the ball? I think the bigger question is, was there even a ball in the...
I'm not sure why she thinks she got the ball. Cuthbert kicks it away.
Cuthbert's already broken away before Shaw even makes the tackle. Yeah, it's the third yellow rising. Sorry, I misspoke. I forgot Bronze has got one for throwing herself on the floor in the penalty area with VAR in use.
Maybe no one's told her.
Bjorn and Cuthbert there exchange some passes. Ball forward to a Harby headed out of play.
I understand it somewhat because you do that in a DSL, and I'm sure that at least a couple of the referees would have probably given it.
Yeah.
It was a very good dive. That was only spotted by a video assistant referee or an elite referee like Heaslip.
Yeah, this is the thing. People call her biased towards Chelsea. She's not. You just don't like the fact that she's just very harsh on the rules.
Yeah.
She applies them as the rules rather than letting the game run a lot.
Mm.
But that's why she's a good referee. It may not be the preferred method of refereeing, but she doesn't allow that bias to come in. It's just, is the player, adhering to the rules? No, they're not, but yellow card or whatever.
Yeah.
So I like that about her.
Chelsea corner, their first time, apart from when Bronze went on a little, Tom Daly trip in the penalty area. City
here in the England women's diving team.
It's first time Chelsea have come forward in the second half.
Macario over this then. Puts it in towards the near post. It's flicked on by Fagino. And that could have been dangerous for City. City now with two players down on the deck, and the game will be halted for many head injuries.
Pryor and Shaw taking each other out. Isn't great.
Shaw's back to her feet quickly, though.
Yeah.
I think as soon as he said, "Oh, we're going to need to get some doctors on here," Shaw realised she didn't have to go down again.
No.
Go off again.
Messy one. I'm not really sure who Shaw headbutts.
No, she shoulders Pryor. Chance now for Chelsea. Connor Reid! Big save from Yamashita. We cut back from the replay and Chelsea are in to score. Connor Reid now. Ball into the box. Yamashita doesn't deal. Falls to Cuthbert, who gets it wrong.
3 points.
Gets under it and puts it over the bar.
What a save from Yamashita.
So City try and play out. It's picked up well by Sioka Nusken. Nusken to Cuthbert. Cuthbert slotted it through. Kanu with a great run. Brilliant save by Yamashita. The move was then kept alive by Ramirez. But ultimately, unable Chelsea to finish it off.
Cracking save. Kind of save that keeps you in cup finals and wins you cup finals. Yeah. If that goes 2-0 there with half an hour to go, you'd say that Chelsea have probably got one hand on the trophy. Man City's still in this tight.
Bjorn pings the ball out to the left-hand side, looking for Lauren James. James will get there and keep it in touch. Up against Kasparai now. James darts inside, gives it to Macario, who'll take it on. She'll just can't quite get around Kasparov. Brilliant defending.
Yeah, she's had a great game.
Defender.
Kasparov had such a good game up against Lauren James, and in that instant, Kat Macario. But Lauren James does so well to keep us on the pitch. This looks destined just to run out of play. Really good defending. Chelsea just starting to probe a little bit now.
Yeah, it was. So Bright did get caught in the face. She's been playing with something up her nose since then.
Gosh, she has. Just ran over and just give me a bandage, shut my nose, and I'll get on with it.
Bjorn. Don't know it's bandage. I think it's just a Kleenex. Hampton. Bright. Hampton. Now Bjorn. Bjorn back to Hampton, back to Bright. Chelsea just cycling the ball between the centre halves and goalkeeper. Macario out to Lauren James. Now Baltimore back to Bright. Bright finds Hampton. He'll drill a ball out wide to Bronze. Bronze heads it on, keeps it in touch. Carnareed now wants to take on Leia Uahavi. And now she'll go down the line. Brilliant from Carnareed. Great run. Cuts it into the box. Alexandri deals. Falls for Jill Rawdon there. He plays it to Fowler and City now can play out. Bright onto Shaw, but Shaw turns her well. Big challenge from Millie Bright. Yeah. Won the ball back brilliantly.
Superb tackle.
That is exactly what you need from your captain in that. Nothing rash, nothing reckless. Inch perfect.
Nothing but ball. That's a great tackle. Because if she gets that wrong, she goes in the book and City have got another set piece.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't put the tackle in at all, it sure is breaking away one-on-one with Bjorn. That is a great tackle.
Bjorn. Nuska. Back now to Natalie Bjorn.
Just about. Does well. Well, that ball, not quite what Bright was looking for, out of play. Yeah, watch his tackle back again. Sure, a great turn. Looks to run across Bright, expecting the foul. That is a superb tackle. Gets her studs onto the ball and knocks it back to her.
Clumsy there between Ramirez and Zandri again.
Well, that's been a weird battle today between those two.
Alexandra just seems to go down every time she feels the Colombian.
Still a long way to go. Lot to play for.
Miedemar plays it through for Gino. Now Shaw for Gino. Still coming forwards. Takes aim and it's in! Chelsea 1, Man City 1. Ayoba for Gino. Brilliant drive. She takes aim from range and levels the scores. No one from Chelsea closed her down. They waited for her to make the pass. Well, she didn't wait. She didn't hesitate. She took aim and it's Chelsea 1, City 1.
And Man City, they've been probing for the whole game. Chelsea have been on the back foot for the majority of it. And they finally get their goal. And it's a moment of individual brilliance from Fagino once again. A really, really good strike from such an informed player. She's playing so well right now. And yeah, as you say, Chelsea just waiting and waiting for that pass to come. It never comes. Fagino has a go from range herself. And it's a really good effort.
Someone has got to make a tackle. Someone's got to get in front of this. Everyone's running backwards. She takes aim. Hampton caught out by it.
Hampton just doesn't see it. Just doesn't see it come through.
And City are level.
It's a really good strike, but Chelsea have got to deal with it better. Got to deal with it better.
Baltimore's trying to retreat backwards there to block the shot. No one assertive, though. No one makes a challenge.
For 64 minutes, Chelsea have got bodies in front of shots, have managed to get blocks in on the crosses, head the ball away. But the one time they don't, Fagino finds the target. And we're level in this final.
Muscle down by Nuskan. Now Hasegawa. Kasparai.
Now 25 minutes is completely open. Ooh. Thought I might just fall to Ramirez. Alexandri does well again.
Fowler towards the back post. Virginia unable to get there. But we'll keep it alive now.
City have momentum all game, but now they've got the momentum off the fact they've just scored.
And that's too easy. Shaw shrugs off. Nuskin goes down in the box on a chance from Baltimore. Referee will halt the game to check if she's okay.
City have sparked into life. They've had their fair share of chances. They've finally taken one, and now they're starting to look like they're getting into control. Chelsea have got to react. Let's have a look at this one. Too easy for Nuskin. Baltimore. Oh. I mean, I'll be intrigued to see whether VAR will have a look or not, because it's the kick there.
And
yeah, I think Shaw's leading down anyway. I think Shaw's going to ground anyway.
Shaw kicks hurt foot if anything.
City throw. They're keeping the pressure on Man City. 24 to play. Chelsea just haven't reacted. They've been on the back foot for the majority of the game, and Chelsea just haven't changed anything.
Well, 66 minutes. You'd have to imagine subs will be coming shortly for Chelsea.
Well, again,
unless they're playing through to extra time.
It's rare to see Bompastor. Bompastor usually very proactive, very quick to make changes. As you say, I know there was also that threat of going to extra time, but we saw it was Chelsea's downfall last season in this final against Arsenal. Hayes didn't make the subs early enough, and didn't make the right subs. Bompastor's got to get them right tonight, this afternoon, whenever. And I said this at half time, when it's such a small score, when it's such a small margin of such a small, one side is leading by such a small margin, that threat of extra time always looms. And now we are level.
Bronze trying to come forwards. Stupid position to get the ball away. Chance for Shaw. Big save from Hannah Hampton. Don't know what Lucy Bronze is trying to do there. Brilliant from Nuskin. Surely she's got to be someone that comes off. Because she's on a yellow. She's giving the ball away too cheaply there.
Yamashita, 5 or 10 minutes to go, pulled up a brilliant save to keep Man City in this game.
Where is she going?
I have no idea what Lucy Bronze's doing. Chelsea obviously completely caught out. What a save from Hannah Hampton. She's out to it quickly, charges down short.
Where do you think she's going? No. It's picked up by Fowler for Gino and then to Shaw, and they really should score.
Yeah.
Let off for Bronze, let off for Chelsea.
City should be ahead. That is a superb save. So 3 or 4 of them now from Hannah Hampton in this game.
That's something Ramirez can give chase to. Back now to Yamashita. Now Pryor. Second player, Alexandri. Alexandri. Nice forward into Yui Hasegawa. Laura. Harvey. Pull past that from Rord out for Chelsea. She struggled today as well, Jill Rord.
Yeah. Haven't really seen her.
Which one she has? She's been either committing fouls or getting muscled off the ball.
Big 20 minutes. Huge 20 minutes. Oh, Baltimore, another poor pass.
And now here comes Khadija Shaw. Tries to poke one through. Lauren James will get there back now to Hannah Hampton.
Chelsea
to LJ. 21 minutes to go.
Chelsea look really flat. Really flat.
Needs some energy on there.
Yeah. Again, Lauren James forced to put it out of play.
Baltimore deals. LJ heads it back in towards the fray. Miedemar. Virgino, born to a dangerous area, dealt with by Bjorn. Nuskin will play it out, looking for Ramirez, headed forwards by Alexandri. Comes back just as quickly as it went, and that's a good save from Hampton to deny Viviana Miedemar.
Lovely 1-2 between Miedemar and Short. And Hampton again with another fine stop. Again, it's just an aimless long ball forwards. Alexandri does well to be assertive and get in front of Ramirez. Heads it back into the danger area. City work it well. Another let off for Chelsea. Another chance for City. Good save from Hampton again. Another poor pass from Chelsea. Put out a play for another throw.
For Gino. Across to Harvey. Now Fowler will cut inside. She's got away from Bronze again. Fowler to Shaw. Touch. Volley. Wide.
What a waste. What a waste.
Got to do better with that, Shaw. Got to either pass it or get a better shot away.
She's got to realise, no, there wasn't anyone that close to her that she needed to rush the shot like that. She had time to turn. It's laid into her beautifully by Fowler. She needs to trap the ball and then turn and shoot.
Time to turn them. Everyone stepped off her.
Big waste for City. But it is one-way traffic at the moment in this final, and Chelsea are going to react.
Romano and Beaver Jones then. Not Ashley Lawrence, crucially. Pryor. Back now to Yamashita. Here's Pryor again.
That's a great ball.
Ballboard searching for Shaw. Cut out though. Hannah Hampton let that run to her own penalty area.
Again, another good piece of goalkeeping. Hannah Hampton keeping Chelsea in this final. Bolton was the one down the left hand. Oh, she's just doing it out of laces. But Chelsea have got to find something, because at this rate, if this onslaught from City carries on for 18 minutes, you feel like they will find another goal. And just going to a scuffed pass. And City have the ball again. Well, I'm back by Cuthbert though.
And now here is my Ramirez. They're going to come forward. Shrugs off Alexandri. Hasegawa comes across though, and that is out for a corner.
Ramirez just was waiting for Alexandri to commit. Eventually it came. Yeah, does well. Wins a corner. Opportunity for Chelsea. Got to use it.
Indeed. Not long left. Time is ticking down, and now Chelsea need a goal. Baltimore. Whips it in. It bounces through. Alexandra Dill's going to drop now for Lauren James, and it's a wayward effort. It goes considerably over and wide.
Just doesn't catch it right at all. And that is now going to be Chelsea changes.
So double change is coming for Bompastor side. Micah Hamano will come up.
You think Pacat Macario?
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed it is. Macario making way for Hamano. And then I believe it will be the goal scorer as well. Or will it be a wide player? We'll see where Beaver Jones is going. It is Carnereed. I think that makes sense. Can't take off Ramirez in this game. Beaver Jones coming off the right side. Carnereed, not her best game in the Chelsea shirt.
No.
It's not really seen her.
Yeah. Be frustrating that. Let's see. Can Hermano, can Beaver Jones make the difference for Chelsea? They've got to find something.
Neymar goes down under a bit of pressure there from Nuskin. Free kick awarded.
City have played it smart. City have played well. City have played very, very well.
Right. Doesn't win the header. Falls down to Bjorn. Bjorn. Still just going to roll that ball forward, carrying out of defence. It goes all the way back to goalkeeper Hampton.
Goes out of play. Can't quite find Bronze on the right hand side. Nick Cushing, I think, will be very happy with the first 75 minutes of this League Cup final.
Indeed. Ua Harvey inside to Shaw. Shaw touched it towards Hasegawa. One back by Chelsea, and now they'll look to break. Hermano has spotted the keeper off her line and takes aim. I don't blame her,
No.
but it's claimed by Yamashita. If it goes in, I'm jumping across the studio.
Yeah, you're going to try it.
Launch as I'll take the camera out with me.
Through the TV. Can't watch the rest of the final.
Good clip, though. Anyway, Pryor. Miedemar. Now, Leah Alexandru. Out wide to Harvey. Bjorn. Cuthbert.
And this is what happens when you get when it's level at this point in a final. Neither side wants to give anything away.
It becomes nervy, it becomes difficult, but Bronze here, coming down this right-hand side, keeps the move going for Beaver Jones. She just so got to stay on her feet when she was getting tackled, but not when she was running in a straight line there, Lucy Bronze. Ramirez into the box. It's another goal! Oh dear, Yui Hasegawa! An uncharacteristic error from a player who rarely makes mistakes. And Chelsea are back in front through the most fortuitous of manners. A ball in from Maida Ramirez. And Yuri Hasegawa with the mistake.
My oh my.
Chelsea will use the chance to regroup, will use the chance to rethink because they've not been good enough in the second half. Bronze fell over, kept the move alive with Beaver Jones. She poked through Ramirez. Ramirez with no one to aim for really in the box. Beaver Jones went near post. And Hasegawa just gets it all caught up in there.
And Chelsea, who have been second best by a mile in the second half, are 13 minutes away from winning the League Cup.
Just complete hash of it from Hasegawa. She tries to clear it out, but it hits her shin and it spews off.
That is a killer. Absolute nightmare moment for Hasegawa.
She had to do something because Hamano was the target of that ball and it was behind Hasegawa.
We said individual errors could cost Manchester City. It's unfortunate and you feel for her, but it's an absolute howler.
Yeah.
Man City have been the better side. They've had the momentum. Chelsea have rode their luck for both their goals. But Bompastor's side are 12 minutes away from claiming their first silverware of the season.
And Bompastor's first trophy at the London club. Chelsea in possession now. Bright smashes it into Miedemar. We'll get another chance at this clearance. And this time it does go the distance. And Aggie Jones will chase it down. Alexandria gets a control, but it's right out of play. And she just doesn't know where to go there. Ramirez has been hooked there for Vika captain. And Chelsea now will play for the win. Will play to see this game out.
City have lost all momentum.
Beaver Jones goes up front. Captain comes on. It is who to Macaro to right wing? Hamano to right wing. Sorry, of course. And Chelsea will try and see this game out. Now, why take off Ramirez, though? I mean, it looked like she went for some ice. So potentially still nursing some sort of knock. But why go take off Ramirez in case this game doesn't go the way you think it will?
Yeah.
Hamano. Beaver Jones. Takes aim, but it's wide of the mark. And it hits some of the Chelsea supporters in the front row. Do not throw that back.
No.
If you're a Chelsea fan and you are throwing that back, rip up their season ticket. That's be thrown backwards into the crowd.
City going to react to a change of their own. Jess Park. She's the type of player that could pull off something magical. Caroline
as well. And this is the City firepower. They may not have a lot off the bench, but the players they do have are players very capable of having an impact.
Cushing's got to roll the dice now. Nothing to lose.
There is Baltimore. Now Bright. Inside to Nusken to Baltimore. Baltimore tries to go down the line. Miedemar cuts it out. It's out for a Chelsea throw-in though on that far side.
Management mode for Chelsea now. Here comes the
Bright.
double change. Now or never for Man City. They've played very, very well in this final. Nick Cushing has got his side playing some really nice stuff.
And so Khadija Shaw is off for Man City. She has had a very poor game. That must be said, but that's still a big call from Cushing.
She's gone straight down the tunnel, so I think that may be injury related. or the fact that she couldn't quite manage a full 90.
But Glyn went to the stream, says, RIP, Manchester City women's season. But it's not over yet.
But, that is a killer. That is an absolute killer from Hasegawa. As you say, a player who
Miedemar goes to the middle, park into attacking midfield, by the way, carrying on to the right-hand side, replacing Fajino.
Looks more like a 4-1-4-1 now, with Broad and Park as 2 10s. They're so high.
Yeah.
And just leave Hasegawa to run the midfield by herself.
Alexandre. Beaver Jones tries to be strong in there. Hamano wins it back. Cuthbert now goes to Bronze. Got to just play simple passes now. Lucy Bronze tries to play it in behind. Cut out by Alexandre.
That's not simple. As he
tries to take it past 3 players.
Audacious lob.
Oh,
Didn't
see Alexandre
coming. Well, before the game, this I predicted 2-1. This result felt pretty realistic, but the manner in which it's played out.
Yeah, Ayoba Fajino off to applause. She gave City hope. She sparked life into this game with her thunderbolt.
Best player on the pitch in a City shirt.
But it will count for nothing.
As it stands.
Indeed.
8 minutes. Can someone for City step up, pull off some late heroics?
Here is Ua Harvey. Now Fowler.
Was she fouled? Yes, she was.
She's deemed to have been fouled there. Chelsea can't quite believe it.
Kind of got sandwiched between 3 players. Although,
That's not a foul.
No.
At all. Glyn says, sure as the female version of Haaland, they both fail to turn up in big games but are prolific high-volume goal scorers.
I think Haaland's turned up in a big game or 2.
Has he?
Yeah. He's Erling Haaland.
He was fairly quiet in the Champions League final they won. Bullied by De Ligt. Not De Ligt, De Vrij. And Darmian. Here's Fowler.
City corner.
Comes off with
Nervy times now. This is where it really starts to become a little bit nervy. Look, ooh.
Yeah, it's when your heart's in your mouth. Even as a commentator, the mouth starts to dry up.
Even Tom Skinner, who doesn't get nervous, gets a little bit shaky right now. 7 minutes to play. Seven minutes. A lot can change in 7 minutes.
Ball into the penalty area. Bright is the first contact, and that's headed away convincingly.
And City always seem to be the ones who are on the wrong side of late heroic moments, where it's Blackstenia scoring a double in a couple minutes, where it's Hasegawa turning her own net in the last 15 minutes of a League Cup final. Can City pull off some late heroics of their own? They did it in the semi-final to get past Arsenal.
Indeed, they did.
They're going to need something of that calibre.
Here is Caroline, forced down by Cuthbert. Kasparai bursting inside. Brilliant tackle from Bright in the penalty area.
Had to get that spot on.
Tries to find Beaver Jones. Beaver Jones unable to bring that one down. It's absolutely smashed at her. And she's down now in the area, holding thigh. Kirsten Kasparai.
Fowler doing well. Good defending.
Kasparai is back to her feet, hobbling though. Looks uncomfortable at best. Yeah, she will battle through. Ua Harvey finds Fowler. Back to Ua Harvey. Bronze gets that out for a City throw. Now Alexandre. Pryor. Plays it forward, looks to find Yui Hasegawa. Pryor. Alexandre. Back to Pryor. Kasparai. Now Caroline.
Man City will throw numbers at it shortly, you feel. Just throw whoever you got, any attack, anyone. Just put players on there.
Yeah. Fowler. Well, they've got Lily Murphy off the bench. They've got Blinkhilder off the bench. That is it.
It's one of those where you can't go for it too much, though, because obviously if you don't want to end up and play extra time with 7 attackers on the pitch. But obviously,
you get the goal, you just got to firm it.
Work out across that bridge when you come to it.
They're professional footballers. It's not like FIFA where you put them out of position and they just can't even kick the ball because they're all sad or whatever. Here's Vika Captain. Great hold up. Tries to find Hamano. It comes off of Yuri Hasegawa.
Game management since Chelsea went 2-1 ahead.
No Chelsea players in a rush to go and collect the ball for this throw-in. This was that moment for Kasparai then. Such a good tackle from Bright. And it looked like a bit of a pen after. That's just because Kasparai runs into Bright. It's nowhere else that Bright can
ball's not even involved in the equation.
An official attendance by the way of 14,187 at this Subway Women's League Cup final. And I have to say, again, huge respect to anyone that's gone to the game today. It's in the middle of nowhere, especially relative to Chelsea and Manchester City.
Charles on for Baltimore, bit more experience, fresh legs at the back for Chelsea. Bronze here has just thrown it into the corner.
That came off.
No, it had already gone out, but it will be a City throw, so I don't think Chelsea are going to complain about that. Keeping the citizens in their own corner.
I think they quite like their own throw in this corner, just hold on to the ball.
Yeah, probably.
Hasegawa back to Uwahabi, blocked, and that's out for a goal kick. That's going to kill some time for Chelsea. Uwahabi booting her.
Why would you kick it off the cone? That was always going to spit up and make Yamashita run after it. City have got to go.
Alexandri. Now Uwahabi. Stopped by Hamano. Out for a City throw. Uwahabi. Needs to just get this ball onto the pitch. Really, it's taking their time about the throw, so they have all day. Hamano battling away for it. That one has gone off. Yeah. She does try to keep playing.
But again, Chelsea are happy to let City just
throw again.
Work it up the line. Eventually, obviously.
Fowler. Brilliant tackle from Bronze. Had to get that right. On a yellow card. Captain puts pressure on, leaves Hasegawa space to work with.
James running into Nifkin.
Caroline. Charles stands her up. Being seen back. We missed that sub as well. I did at least. Bronze heads it away. Now cleared by Nusko as far as Alexandri. Rord takes aim from range. Stopped by Hannah Hampton. And then she'll wait for a bit of pressure to pick it up.
To take her time. Minute of the 90 to play. Still got additional minutes coming. Time is running out for Manchester City. In a final where they've given it everything. And you could argue, especially in the second half, they've been the better team.
Yeah.
But you don't win finals by being the better team. You win finals by putting the ball forward.
Pryor gives it back to a goalkeeper. Maggie Jones puts the pressure on. Yamashita skips past her. Just about.
Heads up goalkeeping that.
That is out of play. That's a Chelsea throw.
Yeah, just overhit there by Pryor. Not what you need when you're pushing for an equaliser in a cup final. And again, Chelsea will take their time over this throw-in.
Millie Bright given the player of the match by the BBC, and I have to say, I agree.
Phenomenal. Her and Bjorn, absolutely superb for Chelsea. The reason why they've only conceded one so far.
Here's Fowler. Wants to take on Hamano. Ball in. Dealt with by Bjorn. Cuthbert. Goes down there under challenge from Rord. She's just delayed that too long there. Got to just get it gone. 3 minutes of additional time in this final. Ball lumped long by Gracie Pryor, and that's going to run straight through for Hannah Hampton, who doesn't keep the up, but he's fit as showboating. Love the confidence from her there. And well, Cushing looks on.
Lots of positives for City.
Frustrated.
But yeah, they will feel like they should have won today.
Hampton. Beaver Jones putting the pressure on. Lauren James plays it in behind. Beaver Jones putting the pressure on again. Alexandra goes down. Advantage will play though. Yamashita being slowed down there by Aggie Beaver Jones. Ball is kicked long. Bright will meet the first contact. Now Lauren James. Ball's got hit corners surely now.
Where's she
Alexandra's going back towards her own half. Not sure. Back to Bright. Holds on to the ball. Thank Christ.
Hampton has not hit well, but it will fall to Nusken.
In behind now from Shoka Nusken to Cuthbert, who lovely step over to Captain. Blocked. Captain again. Can't get a shot away. Strike from Nusken goes wide. And the Chelsea fans need to be holding that ball, not punching it forwards. Come on, game management from the fans.
Minute and a half to go. City do not need Chelsea to do one's probing. You feel like they'll get one last chance to smash this ball forwards.
And well, it's dropped for Chelsea. Lauren James, Charles really does really well to read that.
Yeah.
Bright steps into it, plays the ball
Really
down the
bright.
line. Captain will get there. Surely hit corners now, Captain.
Yeah.
Minute to play. Chelsea will see out this Women's League Cup victory, or will they? Hasegawa wins the ball back. She's rolled it off the pitch though. And that will be a Chelsea throw in this corner.
They will hold it in this corner for the remaining 40 seconds.
Although they will die trying.
Yeah.
Charles will take it. He tells them she's stopping the watch. Get on with it. It goes to Lauren James. She thinks she's knocked it into a player for a corner. She hasn't.
Yeah, she's tried.
Goal kick for City. 20 seconds left. Got to just hold that, surely. I'm going to try that in that moment. Clock ticking down for the Blues. Captain running towards the corner again. Hasegawa wins it back and it goes forward. It's blocked by Charles. Charles plays it down to Nusken. Nusken back to Bright, and that's smashed clear. And with that, Chelsea are your 2025 Subway Women's League Cup champions. A first taste of silverware for Sonia Bompastor as a Blue, and Chelsea's first trophy of the campaign. A very spirited performance. City gave it their all, considering the circumstances. But an own goal from Hasegawa ultimately made the difference. And Chelsea are your Subway Women's League Cup champions.
Yeah, Chelsea doing what Chelsea do. They find ways to win games. It was very, very tight. City gave it absolutely everything. And I think there's a strong argument that, especially in that second half, the Man City were the better side. But an unfortunate moment, an own goal from Hasegawa, a slice of fortune for the opener as well from Ramirez, and Chelsea find themselves with 1 out of 4 trophies secured. Bompastor will be very, very pleased. But for Chelsea, it will be celebrate now and then eyes forward. And for Man City, take the positives. That is 1 game out of 4 against Chelsea. We've got 3 more chapters to write between these two teams. And I think that
10 days.
Nick Cushing will be looking forward to getting some very tasty revenge.
Indeed.
Wow. What a final. Brilliant, brilliant game of football. Could have gone either way. Got a feel for Man City. Very unfortunate way to lose a game like this. But at the end of the day, Chelsea do what winners do.
Yeah, exactly. It's very much a congrats, but let's get back into training.
Yeah.
Chelsea have got such an important schedule. It's an important win, and they want to win every trophy. But ultimately, this isn't the prize Chelsea want to claim this season. They are after the Women's Champions League. They want the WSL. They want the Women's FA Cup. They want to win all 4. This is just one step on that journey. An important step, though. You can't finish a journey without starting it somewhere. Chelsea, very good season up to this point. A trophy claimed today. Bompastor's first in Chelsea Blue, the first one they could have possibly won. Important in that regard. Now, would love to stay on for the trophy lift, but I think we have got to get going considering the time. Thank you, though, for joining us this morning, this afternoon. We're into the afternoon now as Chelsea claim the Women's League Cup. We appreciate everyone that's tuned in to stream. We'll be back in the week with Women's Champions League action. We'll be back tomorrow to review this game, so look out for that. That, though, is everything from us today. Thank you guys very, very much for watching. The 2025 Women's League Cup champions are Chelsea, and we'll see you next time.